Oh, hi you guys, and welcome to more Necromancer's Wish. Today, Alice will be taking the helm, but we are celebrating because we hit our Patreon number thing. The goal! First goal. We hit it. I've saved the light box, don't worry, I'm not destroying the room anymore. We have hit our first Patreon goal, and we are so hyped. Thank you so much for that raid in, Wills. You guys, this is amazing. What a way to start a stream. So, you guys, for those raiding, since we haven't started yet, I'll do a proper introduction. I am Scraticus. I run pretty much one-shots every day of the week for new people to play with old people, for new people to D&D to come and play with established people to D&D, have some good games, have a good time all around. But today is a little different. Today we are playing a Necromancer's Wish, which is our regular campaign every Monday. Earthen Lady, as the bit boss, you have a nat 1 or nat 20 to gift every single time you join the stream. When you take the bit boss, when you topple the bit boss and take the bit boss for yourself, you get a free £10 donation. Social things. If you guys want to get involved, if you want to come and play some D&D, get on Twitter. If you're not already on Twitter and you play D&D, get on Twitter, because Twitter is the home of D&D. There is such a strong community there. It is something else. Also, Discord is where we share our artwork, where we talk about D&D, where we ask our questions and everything else that we need to do. And lastly, YouTube is where I am gradually uploading videos and catching up with what I've missed over the past few months. I'm uploading not all of the one-shots, but I'm trying to upload all the Necromancer's Wish and trying to find them all because I have fallen behind. Like I say, today we are celebrating because we beat our Patreon goal. There is the link to our Patreon. If you guys want to come and support the show, very, very much appreciated. You guys are all fucking amazing. I did not expect to get the support I have received so soon, so thank you. Without much further ado, let us go and grab the guys. Let's go get them. And you guys are live. Welcome, you bunch of weirdos.
Hello. Don't blame me. No, I know I want to see people.
I want to see.
Well, two things. The glasses are not comfortable and they are dark. And
let's go sunglasses, Ed.
Exactly, but they are also polarized, so I can't see.
There we go.
Hello.
Ambly took initiative and wore 2 pairs.
3 pairs, including her glasses.
Oh, there we go.
So, you guys, Alice, why don't I hand over to you?
Okay, so what I guess we'll do is we'll go round. Ali, I think I might get you to do the recap again anyway. So let's go with Ambly first, going in that direction.
Oh, hello. Starting with me. I am Ambly. I play the half-elf fighter, Ina Silver, who is on a quest to get back her brother's body, I guess, and potentially save the world.
That's just a side quest.
She's brave, she's heroic, and she knows how to punch people in the face.
And drink.
And drink!
She can drink.
Yeah, go.
Is that me? I don't know.
No, this is Scrat, so Aylar, please.
Aylar Galanadel is the smooth-talking half-elf rogue who has been a member of the Thieves Guild for some 400 years. He's recently taken on an apprentice in the form of young Izzy, and Izzy's had a bit of a hard time of it, losing his arm thanks to some god known as Iz River, who we curse. Yeah, we had to sever his arm. We ran away to sea. We entered some mist. Aylar doesn't really understand any of these things, but he knows things.
Things and stuff.
I question that though sometimes.
Burn!
Yeah. The amount of times he's forgotten names and yeah. Okay, so Ed or Athlian?
Yes, the one who can't have his name properly because the spot is stupid.
Not that he's bitter about that.
No. Yes, I play Rathian, the Dragonborn cleric. he has lost his faith in the church, but not in his goddess, because the goddess is always right, I guess, something like that. And if I have met her, that helps, I guess. He's not the smooth talker, but he gets by. It's the opposite of Aylar, I guess, really. Although he can sneak.
Yeah. Okay, and last but not least, Ali playing Sharice.
Hello, yeah, hi guys. I play Sharice Pevensey, the sort of undead skeletal sorcerer who, due to a curse of her own accidental design, is wandering the land for God knows what, trying to find one of her only friends in this world, Jeff, and save him from whatever fate has befallen him, whilst uncovering more about her past and her lost memories along the way. So, okay, so in last week's episode, after we had acquired the boat, we were sailing through the sea, going past loads of wrecks of ships, and in the mist, very hard to see. We encountered a terrifying water dragon that almost tipped the boat, but thanks to Ina's quick thinking and dragon speech, the dragon left us alone. We then made our way to the Isles, where we docked. The ship almost ran aground, but it seemed to be that we weren't planning to have a return trip. Made our way through these made our way through all these spooky woods with these hooded figures, told explicitly not to use magic at all. No magic. Otherwise, who knows what might happen. Uncovering more ruins of this city where the air is laden with magic from the war. We all set about trying to find shelter for the night, whilst Ayla and how have I forgotten it? Genlar?
Yeah.
Thank you. There we go. I did it. Trust yourself. Genlar uncovered a tomb of an old magpie. Only the problem was that the tomb was not there the last time Genlar was, but the magpie symbol, although known to be a thieves' guild symbol, was laden with a crest and a sword and a necklace.
2 birds instead of 1.
And 2 birds. So there's a bit of mystery there. As we were looking to bunk down for the night, the mysterious hooded figures, one of which had a deer skull on its head, came out of the mist, circling us, and it looked like they were going to attack. Sharice came up, saying, we would only be passing through, we weren't going to do any damage, and they simply looked at Sharice and said, "You are not the source," in a surprised tone before fading back into the woods, and that's where we are, I think.
Okay, and thank you for that. So we will jump in straight away. So you literally, we're picking up from where you see these creatures slowly fade back into the woods where they came from.
Not the source. And with that, I sort of turn around and look at Ina, who's next to me. Not the source of what?
I thought you would know that. I have no idea what he was
Darling,
talking
I have no idea what they mean. Source of... Well, that raises so many questions, but the important thing is they're not attacking us, yes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I certainly think they're not talking about condiments, at least. Does anyone have any clues at all?
No.
Maybe the darkness
The
that
darkness
is
is really the only choice I get.
Ah,
Yeah, that's my guess, but
well, I should hope I'm not the source of all the darkness, thank you. I don't want that. Terrible for your complexion.
Genlar is sort of looking at you, he's like, "Shh, I think we should head back to the campfire, don't you?"
Yes.
Agreed.
Alright. How's Izzy? Is he alright, Ayla? Me?
I hope so.
You were with him.
Is he still with me?
Well, you went off with him. You didn't actually approach the line of people. But Izzy is
Ayla.
He is fine. So.
Okay.
where is the child?
Okay, so with that, yeah, I'm gonna go and sit I'm actually going to go and stand kind of near the campfire, but still looking out to where all the creatures were.
Okay. Genlar has sat himself down by the fire, and he too looks incredibly puzzled, and he is deep in thought. Fen is asleep. He just seems really knackered for some reason, and he's propped himself up and dozed off again.
Well, we're almost there. Are we, Genlar?
Yes, it's going to be about a day's walk, and as soon as we have light, I want to move. But at the moment, I don't fancy facing whatever that was in the dark.
Yes.
So, the source. Do you know what that means?
It could mean so many things, couldn't it? Darkness, magic.
Well, you are the only core magic user here,
I suppose.
and they feed off of it.
So perhaps
That means there's something else here, maybe.
Could
I
it
mean,
be that we're
the
not
air is
alone in the
thick with it.
woods?
This is my major concern: is that we are not alone in these woods. But I will take watch, and if people want to rest, then do so.
All right.
we'll
Ina
rest.
goes and rest.
Izzy comes up to Ayla and he's sort of like tugging on his sleeve. It's just like, what was that? What did they want?
He's asking me.
Yeah.
Well, Izzy, I don't rightly know. They told us that we're not the source. Do you know anything about source?
No. What does that mean?
I don't know, Izzy. I have no idea.
Oh. But they're gone now, right?
For now.
So it's all good.
For now.
So, what's next?
Ayla looks to the rest of the group.
Rest.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Yeah. Rest until daylight.
And Izzy's just like, okay. And he sort of pops over to where Fen is and sort of tries to, Fen's got a blanket over him and he sort of tries to pull some of it over onto himself as well and tries to just sort of snuggle down and go to sleep. So who is going to sleep?
Ina is.
Okay. So Ina and Morathlian. Fen is already asleep. Izzy is asleep. Sharice can't sleep, if I remember correctly.
I can't sleep.
And Ayla, you just meditate. So
does Izzy, so I imagine we'd both meditate for a little while and then do some sword practicing and then maybe some more sleeping or something. We'll mix out.
All roll a perception for me. Those who are awake.
I can.
You're asleep and you're like, I can see everything.
I can use one passive before I start sleeping.
Ah, all right.
Okay, so Ayla, out of like the corner of your eye, whilst you're training with Izzy, you think you see something scurry across the past some of the ruins and some of the undergrowth.
Can I get a gauge on what sort of size it is? Scurry implies small.
It would, however, this thing is making a scurrying motion, but it looks to be the same size as you, just hunched over. Almost like a humanoid creature is moving like an animal.
Come, Izzy, it seems we have a little bit of hunting to do.
Hunting? And at that, I sort of turn my skull. Where on earth
Um,
are you going at this time?
you too, perhaps, Eris? Cerise?
There we go. All right. Well, I don't want to leave them all here unattended, but all
Genlar
right.
sort of looks at you because he's awake and he's just like,
All
wave
right.
you off.
Again, I will keep watch. We can go and have a look, and I'll get in closer to him. I've just seen a creature, reasonably large, maybe humanoid, scurrying around the camp.
Right. Not good. Well, I'll follow behind you then. Yes.
Indeed.
After you.
Now, I think, Izzy, you should take the most important position in between the two of us.
Absolutely. And before we go anywhere, can I place my hand very gently on Izzy's shoulder and cast mage armor? Please.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. You do that. So are you guys? This creature dashed past a couple of the ruins, quite far away from you, but not towards the edge of the circle. So it's actually as if you're going deeper into the center of what this city once was. And Aylar will recognize that this was the direction you went towards the tomb for.
This is the way I went to the tomb for. No.
Where you found the weapons?
Yeah, so I found the weapons. There was the body of an elf down there, almost certainly dead, long dead.
Oh goodness, you don't think it's that body, do you?
He sort of like goes to say no, and then looks at Cerise. Who knows what's possible?
Well, very true.
Okay. So as you guys walk towards, you actually go past where you went down the steps of the tomb, and you can see lots of big boulders that have been knocked over, statues of huge angels that have obviously been brought down and crushed, and they're in bits on the floor. And you see two little eyes glint in the moonlight, just hiding behind.
I kind of hesitantly reach a hand out, just kind of like that, with the palm open. Hello?
It quickly scuttles away towards the tower, but you see it doesn't go into the tower, it literally runs around the other side.
Cerise, how about you go around this side, I'll go around the other.
Alright.
What about me?
You stay close to me. You have to learn these things.
Okay.
Now, stay close.
He pulls out his rapier.
Not the rapier just yet. At a distance, we throw knives first. Now, bend your knees and keep on the balls of your feet to keep yourself nice and stealthy.
He does this. He starts mimicking you.
Yeah.
Are you guys walking around?
Yeah.
Okay, as you walk around, the side of this tower is cast in shadow. The moon is bathing it from the other side, and you see a hunched, almost humanoid creature got its knees tucked up right up to its chest with its hands over its ears, and it's just whispering to itself like no, and it's.
Okay, I'm gonna try and sneak up on it.
You can do this. It is not paying any attention to you right now.
I'll keep my distance.
I will sneak up behind it, grab its shoulder, and put my knife to its throat.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
As you do that, it's just that it grabs your arm and it makes like a little squealing noise. Like it's more of an animalistic noise rather than anything. It's just like, no.
Be still.
No.
Be still.
Still. Can't be still. Can't be still.
Be still.
Shh. And I can I
Don't like being shushed.
can I walk towards it with my hands out like we're not going to hurt you?
And it's like trying to like look away from you more than anything.
We're not going to hurt you, all right?
What are you doing creeping around our camp?
Not creeping, just looking. It's my camp. I was here first.
Do you have a name?
No, might have done. Never have now. Don't talk to me. Don't listen to them. They're not really there.
Take the knife away and pocket it.
We're not going to hurt you, all right?
Let go of me. Don't like being touched. Never like being
Ayla,
touched. Don't like
Ayla.
I'll remove my hand, but stay cautious.
So as you release this thing, it steps back away from you. Doesn't run away, but you see as it steps into the moonlight effectively, and it looks like maybe it was an elf. Its eyes are really sunken in and its back is incredibly hunched, so it looks like it would have been quite a tall, elegant elf at some point. There are scars over his face. He's dirtied. He's in rags, if anything.
Are his shoulders
Some of
bared?
his limbs- His shoulders are, well, on one side the shoulder is bare where it's been torn, and he sort of, his limbs seem longer than normal, almost like he hangs his arms as if they're to drag along the floor, and he's quite a wiry frame. If he stood upright, you would say he would be taller than Ayla.
Is this Gollum?
No.
Does he have a magpie tattoo on his shoulder?
You don't see a magpie tattoo. What you do see is a horrific burn mark, where maybe something was before.
Keeping my hand sort of held up so we can see what I'm doing at all times, I sort of... Is this your home?
Home? What's a home? People don't have homes anymore.
Is this where you stay?
Why should I talk to you? Don't talk to them. It's just there's no point talking to anyone. You're not even supposed to come out at this time. This is why we don't go outside, because there are people outside. And he's not really looking at you, like, at all.
Yeah.
I sort of like draw my rapier a little bit, keeping it in the scabbard. So
Izzy copies.
Izzy copies, but I'm doing it to reveal this signet of the magpie, which I took from the tomb. Were you a magpie?
He glances over at the symbol of the magpie on the thing, and he quickly looks away. It's like, no, don't look at that horrible thing. It's a cursed item. It's a cursed image. We don't look at it. And he puts his head in his hands and he just starts
Cursed?
talking to himself.
I kind of glance over at Ayla and... Have the magpies ever had cursed items?
Bad word. Don't use the bad word.
All right.
No. And he gets off and scurries around the front of the tower.
Oh no, he doesn't. I'm going to make challenge that.
Okay, can you please roll for me?
What would you like me to roll?
Stealth, please.
I mean, okay.
Okay. Okay, I just need to beat it, so. No, he doesn't. You grab him and he stumbles. He falls to the ground, even though you're not grabbing him hard. It's like he's all over the place. Just like, no, don't touch me. No touching. No.
Makes sense,
Like,
you fool of an elf.
Ayla. The poor thing's clearly distressed. Don't be so harsh with it.
He's jittering, like he's...
Let him go, Ayla. Let him go.
I'm not barely holding him. Can I make an insight or medicine check to see if he's okay?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check.
Light Fingery donates to have a nat 20 and a nat 1 to be distributed at random.
Okay.
Alice, you can do that. You roll a dice, I mean, you just give us numbers. Roll 1d5.
Can you do that? I don't know what you mean, sorry.
Okay, so we'll call you 1, Ali 2, Ambly 3, Ed 4, and me 5.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the D20 first.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
4, Ed.
Don't you
And
do it.
now the nat 1,
Ah!
Don't do it. Oh.
Ambly. Can I make a medicine or insight check to try and just figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Yes, please roll.
It's the magic.
I'm not very good at either of them, so I'll go for insight.
Nope. Okay, you can see that this guy is obviously not right. It's almost like he's suffering from a trauma, and he's obviously been here or been on his own for a very, very long time. He looks old, but you seem to think this isn't because of his age. Like, he looks sick.
When was the last time you ate?
Eat all the time. Why?
I was just wondering if you were hungry. We could always spare something if you need anything.
And he sort of perks up and he's like, what have you got? What foods have you got? And then he's like holding out his hand and he's just like, give it to me.
All right. And can I? Because I think I have something in my pocket actually.
I think Ayla should have some ice peppers.
I kind of pat my robes down and sort of, heck, I don't have anything on me, but Ayla, do you have anything?
I pat my pockets. I have probably a flask of wine about me somewhere.
Sort of now looking at you, like, he's very hunched, but he comes up to your chin height, but he does look fairly scared of you at the same time.
I don't think I've got anything suitable. Izzy, did you save anything from dinner?
Izzy, like, reaches into his pocket and he's like, okay, don't get mad, but it was only if we were having a snack and everyone was still asleep. And he pulls it, it's like he's got a piece of cheese.
Perfect.
And he holds it out to this thing.
No, I'll pass it, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so as you do this thing just snatches it out of your hand and runs to sit by the thing. And he's more just sniffing it than anything. And then he's like, ugh, and throws it away.
Dive catch!
Okay, you can catch that. In fact, no. You are going to do an athletics.
Oh,
that cheese is gone.
Dexterity save, acrobatics.
Oh, dexterity. Okay, do dexterity. You
I don't know why I start to bother sometimes.
Ease. You can catch it with ease.
I kind of move to sit maybe on like a piece of ruin about 5 feet away from him. Or rather. How long have you been here? On your own?
Days, there's no sun, there's no nothing, you've got to count the days. But I'll go down and I want to eat some proper food.
What do you think is proper food?
Rats, squirrels, spiders.
We'll have to get you something better than that, won't we?
And he's looking at you really confused. What's wrong with spiders?
Nothing, but they're not very nutritious, are they? I mean, I'm the last person to talk about nutritious looking at me, but you, on the other hand, skin and bone.
Cerise, could we maybe have a quick moment?
Of course. And I kind of look at the little creature and sort of, we're not going anywhere, we'll just be over there, alright?
He just glares at both of you. He's more inquisitive than anything else. Izzy follows Ayla, but won't take his eyes off this thing.
What are we hoping to learn from this creature?
Something tells me it's something. If he's been here this long, it could answer a lot of questions.
His mind's just not there.
I think we could try a little bit more. The poor thing's belly, perhaps a little bit of food, proper food, would help.
He has an elven constitution. If he hasn't eaten proper food for a couple of 100 years, that could also very much hinder.
You seem to be very distressed about your sigil there.
Yes, I agree.
And if let's assume he was here in the war, then no wonder he's gone loopy. Or the magic in the air, this can't be good for him.
Do you think one of the others would be able to do something to clarify his mind for him? Perhaps. I mean, Rathlian is a cleric.
But, I mean, how will he take to seeing a dragonborn? If he's scared by... I mean, you are fine, but...
He won't take to it at all if he's unconscious when we bring him to him.
We're not knocking him unconscious, Ayla?
We don't have to knock. We could gently choke.
Ayla. But the poor thing's frightened as it is.
Exactly. So we just put him to sleep ever so gently. I might even have like a sleep dart somewhere around me.
Oh, my goodness. Do we not have any sort of sleep drought? We could put in some food?
Can I just say, whilst you're doing this, you can see him shuffling backwards towards the doorway in the tower.
I will just point my dagger, which is suddenly in my hand again, at him like, "Don't you move!"
Ayla!
He yelps and dashes into the tower doorway. He doesn't disappear into the tower, but he's poking his head
Well, that was
around it.
Well, that was a good choice, wasn't it?
He's really lucky because I was about to throw my dagger at him. Well, I can't predict his movements, Cerise. I would be able to predict his movements if he couldn't move, if he was unconscious.
I don't like it. The poor thing's terrified.
Exactly, which makes him unpredictable. If he was unconscious, he would not be terrified. I'd be helping him out.
Your definitions of helping are very different to mine, I see. Look, let me see if I can talk with him one more time, and then, if all else fails, I suppose we'll try your method. All right?
Yes, okay, I'll be ready.
All right. And with that, I sort of turn and I take 3 steps towards the door, and sort of again put my hands up. Hello? It's me again. My name is Charisse. Or Charlotte.
He
But...
just stares at you. He said, Are you here for the goal?
No.
Okay.
I'm not here to do anything. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to take anything. I'm actually here. Of course it is. This is your place.
You know, you tried to give me food, even though it was a bit disgusting. But I suppose I should give you something for it anyway. It was rude of me to throw it.
It's all right. I understand you've been here a long time. No, I'm not here to hurt you or take anything from you. If I can, I would like to help you.
He's like flicking his ear, almost like a dog that's got like a fly buzzing around it, and he's just like, don't understand.
Would you like to not feel this way anymore?
What way? What's different?
Well, to be worried and...
I'm not worried.
No?
I wasn't worried until you came along.
Well, is there anyone else like you here, or is it just you?
No, just me. It's mine. I look after it. I keep it.
Would you
show it
like-
what I like?
Would you like us to try and help you?
Do what?
To help you, to heal you.
I don't need healing.
We could try and get you a bit more food, better food, proper food.
Like squirrels.
Better than squirrels.
Like cheese.
No. No. But if you would like, you don't have to come directly to it, but if you came nearer our camp, we have someone who might be able to help you.
But don't need help. Nothing wrong.
Well, then would you be able to answer some questions, and then we'll leave you alone, I promise.
Don't answer questions. But we'll come. We'll come.
All right. Thank you. And with that, I kind of turn my skull and give a small nod to Ayla, and I kind of gesture the way back to the camp with my arm. It's this way, all right?
And so, like, Aylar's been showing Izzy how to tie a stone to a stick to make a blunt arrowhead. Like, and now this will fly the same as an arrow, but it'll hit bluntly without piercing, so you can knock someone out rather than kill them.
Ayla.
I'm teaching the boy the ways of a rogue.
Not right now, you're not. Not with our guest here.
Who has already started to move towards the camp.
You can also tie small pouches of water to it and put out torches.
Okay.
I just give a little to him and then just follow after the creature.
So you guys heading back to...
Yeah.
Okay. This creature keeps well away from you, but does follow.
Yeah.
As you guys approach, Genlar stands up and he's like, "You see anything?"
Just this one.
This what? And he's just like, "Oh my! What is that?"
It's someone we found here. I think they've been here since the war.
And you brought it here?
To see if we could help them and also to learn anything around this area.
And this thing has sort of gone and sat down by the fire, and he's like waving his hand over the fire, just like he obviously sees it hurts, but he keeps going back to it. And he's just like, "Don't need help. It's nice here. I'll suffocate if I leave. Beer's sweet. It's clean. It tastes good."
Do we have any meat, Genlar?
Only dried meat and dried fish.
That might do the job. And can I kind of take one piece
He
of
just
dried...
hands it out. He hands some like dried
Yeah.
deer to you.
I kind of offer it over to the creature. And just sort of place it down by the fire. There you are. See? Way better than the squirrel.
He snatches it away from you and starts to just shove it in its mouth and starts eating and eating. And then it's just like, "More, more."
All right. Well, can we spare one more, Genlar?
And he's just like, "I guess I'd rather not keep giving it rations, but..."
Well, this will be the last one. And I kind of say that as well to the creature. This is the most we can give at the moment, all right? Here
And
you are,
it
though.
just snatches it away and goes to scurry off out of the camp.
Well, is it? Can I look? Is it still like around?
It's far away. You can see it, but it's like perched on a rock, just eating and watching you.
My precious.
And with that, I kind of turn to Genlar and Aylar as well, and well,
Genlar, I believe it was once one of the magpies. It talks of the items we found as though they are cursed items and says that we cannot say the word magpies.
Over in the distance, you hear this shh.
You see.
And Genlar's just like, "Right. How bizarre. So did he have a tattoo or anything like you and I? Or
I did check, there is a large burn on his arm. And it looks like he at least was an elf. I'm not sure what he is now.
Ah.
perhaps the magic's gotten to him, especially after all these years alone.
Interesting. Well, I say leave him be or kill it and put it out of its misery.
That is exactly where I was coming from.
Oh my goodness, you don't want to try and help it or learn what we can...
What you do? It's obviously messed up.
Warathlian, is there anything that you can do for this creature?
With that, I give Warathlian a little subtle poke with my boot. Warathlian?
What you want?
Well, sorry to disappoint you in the middle of the night, and with that, I kind of extend a hand over to the creature on the rock.
What's that?
It's, well, a thing we found. It looks to be someone who was here from the war. They're very, what's the word? Frazzled? Is there a way you could help them?
I can heal the body, not the mind.
Oh. Damn.
Well, I mean, I can heal the mind.
Can you?
Benlar smirks at this because he seems to know exactly what you mean.
Heal the
You can get
mind?
I guess, but you can't fix it.
Twirls a dagger across his knuckles.
No. I just don't want to see it on its own suffering.
As you
Twirls the dagger more.
as you
I
say this,
By then, I'll
roll
tap
a
you.
perception for me, please.
Me?
while
Well-
this is going on, Ina starts to snore.
Okay.
Of course you do.
Who's doing the perception, sorry?
Whoever's awake.
Lovely.
That's perception. 14 for me.
damn it! Oh, Ed, look at that.
Is Aylar rolling as well, or?
Yes.
Yes. Maybe.
Okay, Aylar sees 2 more pairs of eyes glint. Slightly closer than this twisted elf-like creature. And you see the elf sort of go and sort of jump down behind the rock and peer out.
Can I throw a dagger non-lethally at the eyes? Is it within range?
It is within range, but I'm not sure how you do it non... Do you mean to hit the rock where they are?
No,
or-
I mean throw the dagger so I'm going to hit hilt first.
Okay, yeah. If you do a good roll, yeah, why not?
Do a good roll.
There we go.
That is a nat 1.
It's choice.
You
Oh my god, he's gonna hit the
throw this blade and
With the
it
ricochets.
does catch this, whatever this is, and you hear a yelp and like a hiss as if a cat was rearing back, and it throws the dagger back at you, not with any skill, like it's literally just throwing it back at you out of spite more than anything.
Well done.
Who goes there?
As you do this, the elf that's hiding behind the rock going, no, woken them up, and it starts to run.
Draw my rapier. I'll wake them all up!
Why would
Izzy
you...
does exactly the same, pulling out the rapier and trying to take the same.
With a loud groan.
Now, Izzy, this is all intimidation, okay? We don't actually kill anyone. We just take them out of the fight. Got it? Good.
I like to load my little crossbow.
With a loud groan, I go and shake Ina awake. Ina, Aylar's doing
What?
something. Aylar's doing something again.
He's always doing something.
I know. It's
Leave
best to
him
get up.
be.
It's best to get up for this one, darling. He's just accidentally thrown a knife at someone.
What?
Yes, I know. Up we get.
There's no accidental about it.
It was absolutely.
Did you accidentally miss that body, you mean?
As you guys all jump up, this thing almost crawls like a kind of like the elf did, but a bit more. It's not a spider, but it moves like when it's quick, and it's on all fours, and it has long fingers that look like it's been broken in lots of different places as it scurries towards you, still hissing to a rock so that it's not in full view of you, but it can pop up and look. And you see these very yellow eyes and a hooded, cloaked figure with like a grey mottled skin and veins that run through it that are just a jet black.
What's
and
mottled?
a wide smile with lots of teeth.
What's mottled?
So I don't know how to describe that.
Like patchy, I guess?
Yeah,
Okay.
like think of marbling almost. And it's looking at you and it's just hissing, but you can hear it breathing more than anything else.
I'll snatch up my dagger.
Mhm.
Are we in combat conditions?
Not yet.
Draw my bow, fire my homemade arrow, which will be non-lethal damage.
Me being
Why is it
somewhat
not
new
me?
awake and not thinking straight, I'm gonna cast light.
Because
Yeah.
I tied a stone to the end of a stick.
Okay, so you do that. If hang on, let's have a look. Can you roll for that, please, Aylar? Yeah, you do this and you hit it again, and it hisses even more, like batting it away. And then, as Rathian casts light, see its eyes light up, fiery, and it screams and it runs back the way it came and ducks behind everyone.
Efficient.
Oh, for goodness sake. Right. Then I guess, even though she doesn't need to, Sharice is still doing that with because of the light, sort of. Right, well, what are we doing about that then?
Waiting for my dark vision to return. I'm blind.
You have all, in fact, could you all roll a constitution?
Oh dear.
You've been sat in complete darkness and whoosh.
Would I still need a
Con save, you said.
I guess I would.
I think you would. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should come save.
Magic.
Ah,
You
my
should be
eye
alright.
sockets.
Expected it.
I
Sorry.
rolled bad.
Okay, so
Ten.
No, so did I.
Aylar is fine.
Of course he is.
I rolled 21 anyways.
Ina
Ah.
sort of has like a blurry vision, you know, when you step outside for the first time you've been working, you're just
Yeah.
like use these spots of colour.
Yeah.
And pretty much the same for Charisse as well. And Izzy's there like rubbing his eyes, like
Yeah.
My eye sockets. Oh God, is this what sight is like for? Oh goodness, all right.
A bit of a heads up next time, Baratheon.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That would be great. Thank you.
I just wanted to see, damn it.
Oh,
Yeah,
we all.
but you can see it and say I'm gonna cast this spell now, and we can all be prepared.
Oh my goodness.
It wouldn't have mattered anyways because you're in the dark.
But I can close my eyes. I don't. Yeah, just a heads up.
All right. Well,
Like, you did great. You did great. It's just.
I knew exactly what I did.
you
Oh
sure do.
God, aren't you cranky?
He's not a morning person, it seems. What are we doing about that
I'm not
creature
a
then?
waking up in the middle of sleep person, that is.
Genlar? What are we doing about that creature?
Genlar is currently like, oh, jeez, like he's really trying to rub his eyes. He's sort of 4, so he's sat there just
Almost
like,
blind.
warn people when you do things like that. I can't see a damn thing.
Well, he's useless.
Like, he sat down. And he's like, well, I'm now can't do anything about the issue. What?
Well, I could have caught a dim light.
Well, no, but
Too late
again,
now.
warning would have
Didn't
been
you
wonderful.
do it? Right.
And Izzy sort of walks up and goes, "Can't Charisse do that funny thing if they don't like lights?"
Funny thing. Darkness, you mean?
Dancing lights.
Yeah, that's it. And he's like
I
pointing to Ina.
I suppose I could. Well, but wait. I thought I wasn't supposed to use magic here.
Yeah, that's true.
But then somebody's just gone and used some, so I suppose that we're just going to chuck it all in
It's just
together.
a simple cantrip. Calm down.
Still magic. Thank you very much. Cantrip.
As you have been discussing this, these other creatures have scuttled away,
Including the first one?
away from the light. The first elf-like creature you can see sort of wandering about. He's not really interested in you guys anymore. He's like picking things up, looking at them and throwing them away. However, this blinding light seems to have attracted some of the creatures from earlier with the huge stag heads in the forest, and they stand
I
at the edge.
I go and once again kind of take my place again. I kind of stand up and look at Ina and sort of, I suppose we're doing this again, are we?
I'm dismissing the lights.
I take out my shield and like, you lead away, or should I lead away? I can lead away if you want.
I think let's just go with. I mean, last time seemed to work, didn't it? So let's. If it isn't broken, let's not fix it. So I just kind of again walk until I'm about 10 feet away from the people and sort of say, good morning, night, whatever you may call it. Apologies for the show and for disturbing you.
They just look down at you briefly and then look straight back up and look at the others at the camp.
Is there something we can help you with at all?
He just stares on. And the ones around him seem to start chanting and muttering.
Oh no!
That's bad.
Right, well, is it someone else from the camp you want to speak with? Is that it?
Humming. Like, that is a repetitive.
Right.
Baratheon, you wanna
I
come here and say you're sorry?
I
I
don't
did
know.
turn the lights off. What more do you want?
Yes, but that's
I don't want anything from you, Baratheon, but can you tell that to them?
right. Just come here.
I'll walk over then, I guess.
Yes, sorry. Here is the gentleman who performed the show. He's very sorry, aren't you? And I kind of give him a bit of a in his side.
I
He's
do
very
apologize.
sorry.
This creature leans down and does something very similar to Charisse. Just either side. It's almost like he almost rests. He bends so low he almost rests his head on Morathi's
How tall are they?
shoulder. Taller than you.
Clearly.
Yeah. And it's almost like they're knighting you, like had the gesture of both one shoulder to the other, but they're just sniffing you again. And they pull back and shake their head.
I would like to use divine sense.
Mm-hmm.
What? Can I see him starting to cast a spell?
I'm not sure if it's a spell actually. It's a feature, I guess.
I think it is just a feature to do with the faith.
Okay, so it's not
It's the one you gave me, Alice.
Yeah. If not, I
okay,
would-
so not
I can
any
smell you.
gesture of any kind. Otherwise, I would try to stop you. But if I can't see it, then go on.
I can smell evil.
A gesture. He just goes.
Okay, you don't sense anything.
Thank you very much to Archdevil Road 2 who gives me that subscription there. We've got a Nat 20 or a Nat 1 incoming from you. Please, buddy, put it in chat and we'll get it going.
Also, I have a nat 1, Alice.
Oh, I know.
You gone down.
Yeah.
And this sorry, I lost my train of thought now. This creature is not what you don't see anything magically evil about it. There's nothing really magic about it itself. It is you can feel magic in the air, but you also understand that this is something that your faith has probably never encountered.
Alright. So nothing out of ordinary, so to speak.
No. There's no like presence of a demon or anything like that.
Well, I know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. So I'm not sure what I
There's
no, not nothing like that.
nothing like that.
Except wherever she is. It's above me.
Yeah. So as this happens, they sort of back up again. They don't disappear into the forest. In fact, they start to form circles and sit down.
Oh, bugger.
As all this is happening, the sun is slowly coming up.
Right. Well, Genlar wanted us to move when the sun was coming up, and
I think that's a good plan now.
yes, I think that's a very good plan. Ina?
I agree. I just start marching towards the camp like, all right, sun's up.
Genlar has recovered his sight again, and he's just like, right, yes, let's get out of this place. Did they want anything in particular?
I believe the light show that Rathlian caused alerted them, but just like myself, I believe Rathlian isn't the source. Of what? Didn't say anything this time, though, but they were chanting a lot.
Earthen Lady gives a Nat 20 to Alice.
Oh, hell.
I love that everyone goes, okay. As Genlar starts scooping up books and he kicks Fen awake, and he's like, we're moving now,
All right,
and he makes to the edge.
I take my
Okay,
stuff
Fen,
and talk to
get up.
Mm-hmm. Fen is just like, yep. Yes. And he's very, very sleepy. And he's just like, what is wrong with this place here? And he's just rubbing his eyes and he just helps himself. He sort of pushes himself up and grabs one of the bags and follows Genlar towards the edge.
I stay close to Ayla and Izzy.
Hmm.
Keep my eye on them.
Okay.
Interesting you should mention that, because pretty much since the light started, Aylar made his way to the edge of the camp and he's looking to see if he can see where that creature ran to.
Okay.
He can, at the moment, it's like dawn, so you can see the creature sort of scurrying back towards the tower. And
Not
then-
not the first creature, the second one, the one that I shot at twice.
Oh, sorry. This thing has disappeared. You can hear, like, it's all around you. You can hear scuttling, like something's moving, but nothing. It seems that since the lights come up, all these things are trying to get out of the actual light.
Into the shadows.
I head back to the group. I think dark vision or no, it may be best to start carrying a torch. Try and ward off some of these creatures.
All right. Well,
Like
we
that
don't.
idea.
Well, we don't need to do anything at the moment with the sun up, so that's a good thing to remember. Yes.
Genlar just keeps walking.
Yeah, now when you said 1 day away, do you mean 1 8-hour day or a 24-hour day?
It'll be a day of walking.
Right. Well, hope you've all got good boots on our feet.
And he just strolls off into the woods. Fen hangs back a little bit. You can see now he's getting sort of quite woozy, quite drowsy, even more so. He just doesn't seem completely with it. And he keeps looking around at certain things and sort of squinting in confusion.
Okay, Ina falls back to him, go next to him, and Fen,
Yes?
what is it?
I don't know, I feel weird.
How weird? How?
Hazy? Like deja vu.
Do you reckon? Have you been here before?
I don't think so. I've spent the last however 100 years looking for my siblings, but I have never been to this land. I don't understand.
Okay, like, do you think is the magic? Does the magic affect you?
I guess it could be. I mean, God knows what it did to that thing back there that Genlar was talking about. But
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like my head is clouded and all over the place. Like, and Genlar calls back, and he's just like, "The veil is thin here, Fen. Keep walking. Some people will be affected by it." And you can see Fen is really struggling. He's just,
I take him sort of or not over my shoulder, but take an arm
Yeah.
over my shoulder and sort of like helps him walk faster.
he sort of like nods to you in thanks, and he's like, "Don't understand. I've been alive for so many years and never encountered anything like this."
Well, this is a strange place, and the world will keep surprising you.
I just hope maybe at some point I'll find little Helly, and then I can leave.
Yeah.
This world.
Well, we'll do that. Just let me know if it gets any worse.
I will. And it's just like, "You're very motherly to me sometimes," and he sort of laughs a little bit about it.
Well, you are very childish
Yeah,
most of
he's
the
like-
times.
He was like, I'll give you that. I'll give you that." Well,
For being, how old were you? 300 years?
around that, I don't really know. I never had a mother to tell me how old I was, so I sort of went with it.
Question. Did
So-
Ayla ever tell the party about us not telling? Oh, it was probably what was her name? Helly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but you never said that, oh, don't mention me to my children.
What do you guys remember?
About Helly?
I know that we're not supposed to tell Helly that we met her mother, but I'm not sure about Fen or that Ayla ever conveyed this information to the party.
Lard, do you want to weigh in on this one?
Aylar's just listening quietly.
Okay, so you never told us.
I did tell you about Helly one time.
No, whether or not that the goddess said that you were not to tell someone that they are the child of the goddess.
Fen.
Yeah.
I don't understand what your point is.
Right.
Annalie's asking you a question.
Right, so the goddess, do you remember the goddess said
Yeah, remember perfectly.
her three kids, and she said, "Don't let them know that they are my children."
Yeah.
Did you tell any of us that to not tell them?
Weren't we all told at the same time?
No.
Oh, then no, I
Only-
definitely didn't tell you then.
Excellent. Now, Fen.
In which
Ben actually almost falls over at this point. He's like, I don't feel very well.
Should we turn around?
We can't stop, Ina. Maybe, do you need a hand walking? What about some water?
We can't push Fen through this if he can't walk, if he can't be conscious.
We
And it's
can't
not
go
like
back.
I can carry him, don't get me wrong. I just don't want to I don't want him to get killed by this.
We can't go back, Ina. The boat's been run ashore.
unconscious bodies are the easiest type to move.
Yes, but
like,
not.
so Ben looks at you and is just like, and points at you as in like, don't even try. He's almost, it's like he's acting drunk. He's,
Come on, Fen, have you got this or not?
and he just stares at you almost like as if he's trying to focus.
For all we
All
know,
right.
that's as far forward as backwards.
Can we?
I could walk, and he lets go. He like shrugs.
No, I'm holding him. I like still holding him.
Can you roll a strength for me?
Oh, I can roll a strength.
Nat one's it.
No, you can't.
Oh no, I have a nat one if you want to use it.
Nope, it's fine if you.
No,
want.
oh no, she knows what to use it. Gosh darn it, that's a
Oh,
natural one.
We don't need your stingy one.
You do that, and he slips through your fingers. He's just like, I can walk, and he sort of walks slightly diagonally and staggering, but he is walking, and he's holding his head.
Okay. Well,
I will keep an eye on him, but I will complain.
yeah. Keep an eye. I walk really next to him.
Okay.
Like,
And
I'm gonna catch you if you
looks
fall.
At you, and he's like, look, I appreciate that I'm childish, and that you, and he's not really even focusing on you. He's just like, and that you are trying to be a motherly figure, but I don't need it. I'm older than you, like a lot older. Right.
Genlar, perhaps I could have a quiet word.
Genlar's like, yes, of course, and he sort of falls back.
How much do you know about Fen and Helly?
Fen, I've met briefly on my travels. Helly, I've never had the joy of meeting. All I know is that he must have a punishing skin regime for a human because he does not seem to age a day.
Yes. Yes, indeed. They are different. I'm not going to tell you why they are different, but they are different. I suggest we take extra precautions carrying him through this area, as he may be more sensitive to this thinning of the veil you mentioned than even you realize.
Well, thank you for telling me. What do you have any suggestions, or?
I don't bloody know. You're supposed to be the gate maker person. Why don't you figure it out?
How does that help me with a man I don't understand, traveling through a world I don't understand?
Figure it out,
I'll
hotshot.
keep an eye on him, and he sort of strolls on. If you need help keeping an eye on him, I will very much oblige. And he sort of walks on. Fen, you can see staggering as he goes. And he actually collapses slightly.
I catch him.
Strength, please.
15.
Yeah, you catch him. He lands quite limply, like you've got him underneath his arms, and you sort of can prop him up against a tree. And he's
No, I'm carrying him.
yeah, okay. He's not passed out. If anything, he's just like trying to get off you. So
I would like to do a medicine check on him. See if I...
yeah.
If you're gonna do that, be sure to be able to stand.
16.
16. Okay. He is just giving off the symptoms that he's incredibly drowsy, almost drunk. He looks more sleepy than anything. You do suspect it's something to do with the air, and perhaps you can sort of see that the further you go, the worse he gets. But it doesn't look to be actually damaging him in any way.
Okay.
Well, I'm relating this info. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm like. Can you walk?
He's like, of course I can walk, and he sort of
Can you
like shrugs off.
Yeah. I'm like.
And he does walk, but he's obviously learned his lesson a little bit because he stays walking close to Ina, as in like he doesn't. Every now and again, he sort of stumbles and grabs hold of her and pushes himself back up. So you guys are walking for a good couple of hours, and it is like midday, and the mist in the forest is fading, and it's not as dense or thick above you. You can actually see the sky now. It's not like a nice lovely summer day or blue. It is hot, but the sky is grey. Not dark, but it's almost like a yellowy grey. And you notice around the woods there's a lot more life now. Not necessarily nice life. There's lots of scurrying things that you don't recognize, crawling up the trees and running from you as you step down onto a path or anything like that.
Do any of them look particularly edible?
They're kind of like big bugs, like big beetles, and like got a hard shell. You probably could.
Oh, no. Ayla does not eat bugs.
I like
That's
large
beneath him.
bugs, so you're looking at like that big, almost like if it's like a large scarab beetle that isn't quite the same.
Ina goes ew and tries to avoid it.
As you guys keep walking, there is a sound above you of beating wings, and the tops of the trees whoosh.
Do we see anything, or we just hear it?
As you look up, a huge black dragon
Oh, fuck.
flies.
Ina.
Roll a perception check.
It just set something on fire.
10 for me.
Oh, 18.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You
and
and
I
you,
had
Jack.
Okay, so only Ina sees this, but there looks to be someone actually riding it.
Okay. Guys, there's someone is riding the dragon.
And
What?
it's not looking at you, it is just going across. And Genlar immediately goes, drop down, and he pushes Fen right to, who doesn't need much help getting down to the floor. He basically falls down there.
Yeah, I'm dropping too.
Yeah, I go into a crouch.
Yeah, that's stupid. I'll pull Izzy into a bush and hide amongst the wilds.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I want to use my mask thing
Yeah,
as an
mask
half
of
elf
light.
and just become the bolt.
You two basically become the trees, or the bush or whatever, and he does exactly the same.
I'm a
Genlar
rock
is
with a tail.
arm over Fen, and so is Warathian just dropped to the floor, and
I'm a rock with a tail
as
now.
well.
Thank you very much for that subscription. Lightfingery subscribing with Twitch Prime for 2 months in a row. You have a free nat to gift, my friend. And you guys sitting in there with Amazon Prime, you have a free sub to give each month. Remember to give it to someone, not necessarily me, but you have to renew it every month. Thank you very much, Lightfingery.
So Alice, what was that?
So what is Charisse doing? Sorry, did you drop? To the floor?
Yeah, I've sort of hidden kind of like behind a tree, like underneath there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see this fly over, and it's almost like behind it, not birds, but huge sized bats flood over the sky and start to darken the sky again, and it follows this dragon.
Does the dragon look evil, like evil armor and the evil rider?
There's
Does it
bats
look like-
following it, Ambly.
I wouldn't say it's the happiest dragon in the world. It's like I said, it's a black dragon. There's a lot of grey and dark grey scales
Evil.
over the top of it, and the person riding on it, you can see, is just looking down either side as if he's looking for something.
But it doesn't see us. That's what we see.
He doesn't see you guys.
Yeah. I say to Charisse that isn't here now, like, I think we've found the source. But she can't hear me because she's not the tree.
No, well, she can't see you. She could hear a tree. She just wouldn't be able to see.
She can just hear a talking tree.
Yeah. So as you start to talk, Genlar's just like, quiet.
Obviously.
And the huge beast flies over and disappears in the direction you are going.
Sorry, was he going the way we heading towards or
way
back
you're
the way
heading.
we came?
The way you're heading.
Okay, great. Great.
I'm picking Fen up as well.
Yeah, Genlar, now what?
Keep going.
Same
That
way?
happens again. Yes, the same way. If that happens again, you do what you just did, which was very good. I've never seen you do that before. But where is Ayla and Izzy? He disappeared very quickly.
Somewhere he'll pop up.
You're supposed to be isn't he an elf?
Yes, he is.
You're supposed to be an elf, Genlar. Stop grovelling in the dirt like a fool. As I
Sorry that I tried to save one of our friends, but I'm sure you'll get over it. And he starts to go as well. He's like, keep an eye out. Not that I think you'll be able to miss it, but I don't like those bat type things.
I'm actually gonna look now if I have bow and arrow.
I know I do.
I don't.
I know.
Curses.
Curses. Yeah,
Curses.
my crossbow is now loaded. If it wasn't already.
Okay,
And ready to use.
I'll just keep following Genlar quietly.
Yeah. Yeah, quietly. So we're all stealth? Stealth.
Stealthing through the woods. Okay, so you keep going through the woods without doing or anything like that. So yeah, you walk through. The forest becomes less and less dense, and the air, as much as it still feels thick, you can smell salt.
I think someone lost an Overwatch game in competitive.
So salty.
As you keep going through, you can feel more of a breeze now. Now you haven't had a breeze for
Miles.
the last day or so that you've been traveling through.
Okay.
Mm.
Ina sort of looks up and like, God, I love the wind in my hair.
Yes, it's lovely, isn't it? It's such a good feeling.
Oh, and she pats you on the head. And is like, don't worry, we'll fix you up. You can
Fix
use.
me up, darling. It's been. I appreciate the thought, but I think 300 years isn't going to help anything.
Like Ina actually, she got quite long hair, so she
Oh,
takes
no.
it and puts it over your skull. And like, there you go. Feel it.
Thank you. I look breathtaking.
You look marvelous.
I do indeed. Thank you, Ina. Right. Well, let's press on, shall we? I don't think we can stand
Gemma's
here.
looking back at you like,
If I turn back and see this, I'm gonna laugh.
yeah. If you want to turn back and see this, you will laugh.
Aylar's too busy like scathing about Genlar.
So you guys come to- You come to the edge of a forest, and it's like you're on top of a huge hill, and you can look out to everything below you. And you see a huge expanse of water. Not like a sea or anything like that. It's just a huge expanse of water. And there looks down below to be almost like a fishing village. There are people,
It's a lake or something, or
like a huge lake, but Eve, just think massive.
Does the people look evil?
They
you
look
see
fairly normal.
people.
These people look like they're going about their daily business. You see some fishermen. You see someone.
How far down is it?
Just down a hill. They're not dots on like the zip. They are quite far away. But the thing you do see in this lake, which is almost it looks like it's grown up out of the water, is a huge mountain where the top is shrouded in clouds. And Genlar sort of comes out, stretches a bit after being there. He's like, there we go.
Have you been here before?
Yes.
Like in
yeah.
this town?
This
They're
is
friendly?
the town, last time I was in town, it was empty. They evacuated it for the war. The mountain, however, we go back a long way. That is where I made the gates.
Oh,
So we are heading then, I guess.
we're heading to a gate.
Welcome, Raiders.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, that's good.
Genlar says, like, if anything, I vote we get supplies and find out what's going on around here now. I've never been here when this village is populated. I want to know what's going on before I rush in. And what the
Ina rushes in.
What you will notice is a tiny speck in the distance of what you assume to be the dragon is heading towards the top, and he's just, you can see Genlar almost like twitch, and his face falls and he grimaces, and he's not happy.
I just want to say, Ina is actually rushing in as he was saying that, so she doesn't see this.
You just running? No,
Yeah.
you're running down to.
Yeah,
the
she's like already there.
I see Ina run, and I'm just like, all right,
Not
she's
again.
gone off again. And I kind of turn and see Genlar's expression and kind of move over to him. Do you know who that is?
He just like nods slowly, and he's just like, yes, and so do you. And he starts to walk down the hillside towards the village.
What? You can't just leave me with a line like that.
I think it is. He's obviously,
Magnus?
yes. He's here before us. I was hoping we'd get here at least 2 days before him.
Well, we've got a few questions for him, haven't we?
Hello, friends.
Oh,
Where is the nearest tavern?
Okay, so Ina has run down and run straight into this beautiful little fishing village. It looks kind of, it's seen better days. It's quite grey. The sky is grey. Everyone's quite quiet. There's no like vibrancy or bustling sound, and everything seems dead. There's nothing growing here. There are trees that have gone grey, and broken and snapped off, but they're not flowering at all. There is no fresh growth, and it's as if a tide has gone out, and it's like a black and grey sand with black rocks covered in lots of weed, but the weed is as if it's growing up and into the trees as well. It also grows on the houses and over barrels that have been left there. There's a couple of lobster pots that have just been cast aside. There doesn't seem to be much life in this water, nothing edible. Maybe it was once quite a prominent fishing village. And Ina runs in, and there is a woman sat there sewing a fishing net, and she's quite alarmed by you being here. She's like, "Oh, hello."
I'm keeping in the back.
Hello, my name is Ina Silva, and I'm looking for the nearest tavern.
Okay. It's just down the. Why are you here? We don't normally get visitors.
She's kind of like stunned by this question, like, well, what are you doing here?
I live here.
Hi, okay, nice place you got here up in the mountain. How did you get here?
I grew up here. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding the question. What can I do for you? You want the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay, if you go further into the town, and if you head straight for the center, you go past some more of the houses. There's a couple of shops, and on your right is the Tipsy Angels.
Thank you. Miss.
Sorry, did you come from the woods?
Yeah.
On your own?
No.
There are more of you.
Oh, don't worry. We're just gonna pass through. We're not gonna bother you if you don't like visitors.
No, it's quite exciting having new people in a town. We don't see people that much. The people of the forest aren't normally people we like to see or make contact with. But yeah, the Tipsy Angels, yeah, is just down the down the path.
Thank you, Miss.
Oh, Greenwood. My name's Miss Lucy Greenwood, and she sort of does like a little bob type thing, but keeps going the net, but still sort of like cowering you a little bit because you've run down in full armor, and she's very much just like,
"What the hell are you doing?
Who is this?" Like, she just points you in the direction, almost like sort of hoping for you to leave. Like,
yeah, it's like, thank you, Miss Greenwood. Have a nice day. As she runs off.
Yeah. And what are the others doing? And also, they have just seen Ina run, like, hair down this hill, which is quite far away, in full armor, clanking away. I'm quite surprised she didn't fall over and roll down half the hill, but yeah.
Did you go for it?
Run through.
You didn't roll for that, so.
Yeah. Let me know next time. I will roll performance dexterity save, whatever.
That one.
Yeah.
So what are the others doing? You've just seen all of this. Genlar is sort of
walking slowly down the hill.
He's started to walk down fairly.
Yeah, I'll start walking down the hill as well.
I will support Fen as well.
Mm-hmm. Fen is all over. In fact, he was doing quite well, and then Ina ran away, and he was like, "Oh God, like she's gone. My support is gone." So
wait, I thought Genlar had him.
You were originally walking next to him.
Not after the
not
dragon.
Not after the dragon.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I didn't carry him. That's
Sorry,
why
you were walking back with him again.
Oh no,
Right.
I ran away.
So Genlar walks into the town as well. He nods at this Miss Lucy, and she just sort of points and gestures, assuming this is another person that she just doesn't recognize, towards the Tipsy Angels. What are the others doing?
Well, I'm going to cast Alter Self because for the first time in forever,
You
We're
need-
actually meeting normal people. So I'm gonna change into sort of that black-haired girl that I've been seeing in all of sort of my memories. So I'll kind of double pat my face to just remember. Oh, yep, okay, I've actually got flesh again. Okay, right. And then I'll be following Ina, looking around a little nervously almost.
Okay, and what is Rathlian doing?
Are we down the hill now then?
Are you are you now entering the village, or are you heading to the
Well,
inn?
I have to fend down the hill and I don't know what happens.
Okay, so Fen is staggering a little bit, and you see Charisse turn a corner, and Genlar too.
I follow them.
So if you follow them, you go down. There's a couple of streets. There's no cobble, nothing. It's almost like you're stood on a fairly damp, sandy ground.
Beach.
These houses are mix matched. They are thrown together with whatever wood or material they can find. Some of them look like parts of a boat that they have just pressed up the side to create a wall. And at the center is a well and a much larger building, which looks like maybe it was like a town meeting hall or something like that. There's some shops, though they look pretty empty. There's nothing really there. There is a man selling fish, but they're very, very scarce. There's barely any there. And there's a lot of flies around them, which he's trying to swat away. And then you see an inn where Ina disappears into.
Yeah, I'll follow in after her.
Yeah. After a while, I will get her too, I guess.
Okay, as you enter the inn, how are you entering the inn, Ina?
Oh,
Oh
But
god.
majestic.
Oh,
my,
God.
yeah, I think, yeah, she would probably do something like
Just before
open the door, not slam open the door, but sort of like, here I am.
as you do this, you hear the quietest sigh from the roof behind you. The second she goes, bam, you just suddenly hear.
Oh.
You
Just
also
behind-
roll performance, please.
Yes, yes.
Even if, especially if you fail, you just hear.
Don't know exactly how loud.
8. Okay, you don't necessarily. You think you've walked into this inn fairly majestically. Okay, so you feel like you walk in. What other people have actually seen is someone struggle with the door handle and then finally like get it open, stumble in a little bit, and then strike a pose. Is what people have seen. So as this happens, there is a guy by the bar who is like scrubbing a mug, and he's just like you've thrown him off. He doesn't know what to make of this. He doesn't know what's just happened. A woman clad in armor has just burst really awkwardly through his tavern door.
Okay, she walks towards him and, hello, friend. I would like your finest wine, please.
Well, there's red. There's white.
It's a good start. It's a good start. How much?
I'll tell you what, for you, whole bottle, 2 silvers.
I honestly, I don't have any. Is that a good price? I'm asking as a player.
Roll perception.
Have I never bought a bottle of wine before?
Roll perception.
Okay,
Should have in your 40th.
I have 0 in that. 18.
Okay, to you who has grown up in a place where you're probably used to good wine and things, it's probably a little bit of a rip-off. You do realize though that this is this man's livelihood, and he probably doesn't see people that often, and you can sort of tell that he's trying to take a chance.
Okay. Well, you see, the town next to yours only took 1 silver for a bottle.
What town?
Cold Winter. I am
Roll perception.
I am absolutely
Roll
Behind,
perception.
behind you, Sharice's like face is in her hand. She's just. Oh,
How
God.
well do you like? That one?
Sorry, what was it?
In fact, I tell you what, we'll use
Decent.
your nat one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Use
we
your
will.
nat one.
All right.
And as you've leaned into the bar, he leans in, like his arm is right next to his, and he leans right in, and he's just like, "You trying to make a fool out of me?"
Are you trying to make a fool out of me? 2 silvers for a bottle of wine. I can have...
Ina.
Come into my tavern
Oh, God.
and make up shit about another village down there, and you ask for my finest wine.
Can I see this? Like,
Oh,
You
him
see
getting
the
really
back
tense?
of Ina. You've walked in probably about this.
Can I see him getting really tense?
Yeah.
Can I kind of go, oh, and because obviously I'm a young person, I go, oh, sister dear, and can I run over?
Are
and
you?
just
Are
like-
you? Just to ask, are you like? Are you human, girl? Do you look like human? Okay. Okay.
I'll just go, oh, sister, oh, you poor thing, did you get lost?
You know her.
Oh, yes, she's got such a wild imagination. She loves challenging all kinds of things. You know, I told her the sky was blue, but she told me it was red. She's always doing silly.
Please
Roll
listen.
perception. Roll perception.
Both of us.
Persuasion?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Persuasion. Roll.
So I was
Okay.
like, I'm gonna see if I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
Ooh, yeah.
yes.
Okay. So he's just like, and then he sort of moves away from you and leans into you, and he's like, "Are you looking after her?"
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. She's such a wild card. Please don't be offended by anything she says. Why,
When you
once.
say wild card, do you mean?
No, I mean, goodness, she once told me I was dead.
That is true.
Are you both a bit
Listen, Sherry.
mental?
I look towards him and like, I don't want any trouble, and you clearly don't want my money, so we're just gonna leave without any trouble, okay?
You know what? That's fine by me,
Yeah.
love.
Yeah, and she leaves.
Fine. You walk out the tavern. Warathlian, as you arrive at the tavern, you see them both come straight back out again.
Oh, it's not a good place then.
No, they didn't have any good wine.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to barge in. I just didn't want you to get in a fight or anything.
Oh no! Like, he clearly didn't want my money, so he's just leave.
He's not
Plus-
worth it.
No, I can find good wine elsewhere. Ayla,
Oh, he'll be around. That's for sure.
Your private.
Off somewhere, probably training Izzy to steal
Yeah.
something.
Probably.
yeah.
Probably.
Genlar rounds the thing at this point and sees you both leaving the tavern, and he's just like, not good.
No, not good.
Right. Okay. Well, I was sort of hoping for a bed for the night. I didn't really.
Honestly,
what-
you can take Fen and go there. Like, they didn't see you guys with me, so I can
Right.
find somewhere else to stay. Oh, they wanted 2 silvers for a bottle of wine.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, could be one of the last bottles of wine I ever drink. So do you know what? I'll pay it. And he walks in.
Wait, what?
Well, I'm not going back in there.
Oh no, I'm not gonna.
I think
go
I'm
back in.
going to have a look around this area whilst
I
we
follow
wait
after
for him.
him.
You
Oh,
go into the inn.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I guess. Did he bring Fen with him?
Yeah,
Yep.
Fen and Fen is with Warathlian, and Genlar's probably stuck with them.
Okay, just gonna follow Charisse then.
I'm going to have a look around the area.
Okay, you have a look around the area, and it is right on the water. The water's like is nothing. There's no storm or anything like that. It's quite serene. The water is lapping softly at this black sandy beach, very much like the one you arrived in. And as I said, in the distance, you can see the mountain. there are lots of houses around, lots of different houses. There's a blacksmith. You can smell like the coal and the burning and the sooty sort of smell. So yeah, I'm just going to say, what is Alar doing?
Alar took a moment of reverie as everyone was descending towards the town, and as everyone like
Having
has
a dance
left.
party.
I guess he would head the way he always does. He would head to the rooftops. He would head to the rooftops and try and scope out the town a little bit and see what's going on. Thank you very much, Tool School, for that subscription. That's 3 months in a row. Thank you so much for the support. You have a free gnat to gift to whomever you please.
Okay, so as you climb up into the building, you can see it's quite a simple town. There's some people doing like daily chores. As I said earlier, there was like a fishmonger. There's people knitting nets. You can see people hanging out washing. It looks quite grubby, even though it's definitely been washed. You get the real feel that this whole town is quite grubby and probably not well kept at all. There is no flora, there is no greenery anywhere. It's just quite dull.
Well, Tool School gives his nat 20 to Alice to use against the party.
Ah! We're gonna
Thank
die.
you.
Alar will head, I guess, towards the taverns.
Okay, so there is the tavern. From the rooftops, what you will have seen is Ina storm out of a tavern. with the
What?
Tip-
No! Walk out,
Or
please.
walk out from the Tipsy Angels, and not necessarily look too happy about it, but not angry. You see Charisse close behind her, and briefly have a conversation with Genlar Warathian, who's carrying Fen, before they themselves go into the tavern. Izzy is scrambling after you. He's got quite good at this now. He's quite nimble. He's following your every single footstep. And he comes and crawls upside next to you and hangs, like, put his little head over there. He's just like, what can you see?
Why don't you tell me what you see, Izzy?
Well, there's a lot of funny looking people here. And they're all... I don't see any elves. Or dwarves. Or those things like what Rathlian is.
That's true. And what do you take from that? What do you assume?
Don't come here very often?
Possible, or they're a secular society. Perhaps they keep to themselves. Perhaps they haven't seen other people for many years, and hence there hasn't been a common arrival of people like us.
He quickly covers his ears and goes, do you think they won't like me then?
I don't think anyone can not like you, Izzy, and I'll ruffle his hair a little bit. But I think the precaution is a clever idea, and I'll take a rag from my own jacket and start tying my ears back too.
Okay. He sort of, he can't seem to get his ears to tie because they're really small, so they poke out.
And he only got one arm.
And he has got one arm, which he's trying to like do. He's just like, could find a hat, or if I wish I had a hood.
I imagine we could fashion you a hat. Here, pass me your scarf.
And he pulls it off with one of his hands and hands it over to Ayla.
So Ayla will sit down and he'll burn the two. He'll make a tube out of the scarf and burn the seam together. He'll twist it in the middle, pull one end through the other, fold it back up, and it will now look like a beanie hat.
Okay, so
Above.
Izzy pulls, well, with one hand, awkwardly pulls it onto his head and then pats his head to make sure it's on properly. And he's like, there, like that.
Well, is it over your ears? You tell me, I'm not going to be with you all the time. Is your disguise complete?
I can't feel a breeze on him anymore.
then I guess that will do.
Okay. So, what we stealing first?
Perhaps we shouldn't go in thieving things as such. Perhaps instead we should be thieving information. Now, tell me, the tavern is a good place to overhear gossip, but we can see our friends have already been in there. Where else around the town looks like it might have valuable information? Perhaps historic documents or accounts of things that may have come to be?
And Izzy's just like, and he's looking around, and there aren't any like huge buildings that look like. There's nothing like a school. There's nothing that there's nothing like a library or anything like that. You do see Charisse and Ina walk off towards the west of the village, towards more houses. And he's like,
Why don't we just ask someone?
Well, what if they don't want to tell us?
Why don't we ask someone else?
What if no one here wants to tell us? Remember, they're not. If we've said there's no one like us, there's no lizard people. What if the reason is because they take them all and lock them in a cell? They're not going to tell us, are they?
oh, and he gets like a dawn of like,
You're right. Well, why don't we just see if anyone's got a book or something, and steal it?
Okay, that seems like a reasonable idea. What kind of book would we be stealing?
A picture book. I can read those.
Well, that is probably not going to give us the information that we want.
You don't think so?
No. Picture books tend to be of stories.
Well, I remember that in taverns, Mum used to say tavern folk know everything because people go in and they tell all their wild stories, even if they're made up, and they know everything.
So what are you saying? We should try and steal the tavern keeper's journal?
I'm saying we go ask the tavern keeper.
But what if they lock everyone up again, Izzy? Come on.
Well, then we just hunt around and root around. I don't
So
know
now-
what else to do.
He's looking around. Is there any like sort of house that is, if not a mayor's house, slightly more decorated, something slightly nicer?
They're all quite simple. There's one with a sign outside, almost like how the tavern has a sign, and it reads doctors.
Manually.
Well, the doctor's surgery might be a good start. We could look through the records and see what sort of patients they take. That would give us more than nothing.
But do we pretend to go in as a poorly person, or do we just sneak in?
First impressions are very important. We do not want to introduce ourselves to towns as a sickly potential thief if we get caught. No.
Okay.
We'll sneak in and sneak out.
Right. Okay.
Gonna hop over to Warathlian, who is in the tavern with Genlar and a fairly collapsed Fen. Genlar has gone over to the bar and arranged for a room.
How is the room reacting to me? Is my question.
They don't seem that bothered by you,
Oh,
at
They
all,
don't care. Okay.
which is quite new for you.
Yeah, exactly. Although I'm guessing I sit down with Fen at the table and waiting for that bottle of wine
Genlar
from
comes back
Genlar.
from the bar and he's like, right, we've got a room. Do we want to dump him in there? He looks like he could use some rest. He does seem
He
to be
sure does
coming
need a bit.
around more, and he just sort of slaps Fen round the face, like not hard, but just to like grab his jaw and turn it.
Yeah.
He's pretty out.
Sure is. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's the magic in the air, maybe. That's my first guess, anyways.
Well, I'm
Try my
sure he'll
best.
sleep it off. Do you mind taking him
Yeah.
up the stairs? I'll show you where the room is. And he leads you up the stairs to a very simple room. There are about 6 beds in there, just single beds, and he's like, just chuck him down there.
I shock him into the first bit.
Okay, and Genlar literally just pulls the cover up over him, and he's like, if you want to go find the others, do. I'm going to sit and watch him. See if his situation changes at all.
I will go down and have a bite, and I guess the rest of the people will come when they're ready.
Yes. Well, go enjoy yourself if you can in this place.
Well, at least they didn't scream at me. That's a good start.
That is a good start. And he sort of like pats you on the back, like getting better.
And I pop down and I order some food, I guess.
Okay, the barman looks at you and he's just like, "Hello, my friend. What can I get you? We've got fish, or fish.
I think I get the fish.
I'll get you the fish." And he's like, "We've got some potatoes. I'll go brush them off and see if they're any good." And
Sounds good to me.
outside. And about 20 minutes later, he comes back with a very grey looking bowl of what looks like fish floating in some sort of mush. But it does smell good. It does smell very, very good.
I look skeptical, but I take a bite.
It is delicious. It is a bowl of grey, but it is a very good bowl of grey. And it is very, very tasty. It is warming. This is something you haven't had in a very long time. It feels quite homely. And it's very filling as well. So
Excellent.
you got that down. Right, so we're going to hop over to Sharice and Ina now. You guys are wandering around this little village.
Okay. Is there anything you need from here, Ina? Something to sharpen your sword, or need to polish your armor?
I'm actually quite set when it comes to equipment, but I do think we gave away like two pieces of meat to that thing. I heard a teammate told me when I was asleep, because I did not see this, but someone told me that
Yes.
happened.
Oh yes, darling, we filled you in on the walk here. Yes,
Absolutely, that happened.
absolutely.
Oh,
Yes, we absolutely did that because we think ahead of the situation. Yes, no, you're quite right. For those of you that can eat, obviously.
Yes.
That's is there like a market around here?
There are like general stalls. Again, like I said, the fruit and veg. Well, there's not really any fruit, but the veg is very earthy sort of things. So like turnip, potatoes, and things. But they don't look like the nicest produce. It's not.
We need something that's going to last us.
Dried meat. Maybe they don't hunt in these woods though.
Fish then?
Fish. Yeah. We're gonna look for something fresh, I guess. Not necessarily fish, but
Something
like
we can
nice potatoes or
dry.
onions or something.
Okay, so there is a stall, and there is a guy who's just sort of sat. He's actually got a hat down over his face where he's fallen asleep, and you can hear a faint snoring. Obviously, no one has come to his stall, but he's got produce out the front, and he's got his feet up on another stool.
Okay. I say to you, Cherise, like, my conversation didn't go well last time. Do you want to try this one?
I'll give it a go, but my conversation skills aren't the best either.
He's just, what? Yeah, okay. And he sort of jumps up and he sort of almost slaps his hat away, and he's just like, "Welcome to the Wardford convenience stand. How can I help you?" He looks drunk.
The
He
convenience.
smells of alcohol.
The convenience stand. How convenient. My friend and I were looking to purchase some things that we can use for long travels, you see. Things that will last. Hardy things. Food-wise.
You want dry stuff?
Well, yes, things that won't go away in the blink of an eye.
And he's sort of like rubbing his eye tiredly, and he's just like, got some biscuits, got some smoked and dried fish.
Perfect. Lovely.
And he just keeps going, like he's almost ignored the fact that you're like,
All right.
some dried vegetables.
We take the fish, thank you.
Fruit
Yes.
at some point, but I don't know how good they are. My wife will kill me if she finds out.
The fish, please.
Yes.
Fish. We'd like the
Yep,
dried
I,
fish.
I will get you the dried fish. And he sort of wanders off, tripping over a bottle on the way, and comes back out with like a like a little, almost like a paper bag of lots of fish, about this big.
Okay.
And he sort of waves and he's like, well, how many do you want?
As many as you're willing to give.
Now, I'll charge a copper for 2 dried fish.
But, oh,
And
my good man, are you feeling all right?
why are you laughing?
We've already paid you. We're just waiting for the
persuasion.
fish.
Really? It's super cheap. Like, do you know how cheap?
I don't have any money.
I have money.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
sweet.
messed up. Too late.
Crap.
You messed up. Ina is like,
You trying to?
What?
No. Me?
Cherise, how rude.
Oh,
I
my
give you-
eyes.
I give you-
Right.
But I
Here,
am
I, here's a silver. Here's a silver.
hardworking.
Oh wait!
Absolutely.
I found a gold piece. I found a gold piece, and then I put the
I
put-
try really hard.
I put the gold piece on the thing.
Oh my gosh, Cherise.
I put the gold piece on the thing, and I'm like,
Tried fish.
A gold piece?
He just
I'm
starts
sorry.
crying.
oh
He
my
starts to
goodness!
cry
is this-
like a drunken sob?
Ah!
I can't believe.
We take the fish and leave the money there and like,
I was so trusting of you.
I slide the gold piece
Oh.
even like so it's literally touching his arm, and I go, sorry, and I just kind of bolt.
why did you do that?
And this guy, you leave, and he's sort of looking at the coin and he's biting it, but he's still crying at the same time. But you guys run.
Oh my goodness!
You just gave that guy a gold for like 6 fish.
Is that
I'd
not
also like
what
to say
they
that
cost?
Ayla, you would have seen this.
Bastard! No, Alice, don't! No!
From the rooftops.
Ayla just sits atop the rooftop going, Izzy, for God's sake, make sure you don't turn out anything like Cerise.
Izzy's like, did Charisse just try and steal from that man?
She did. She did.
She
And it was
told me not to steal.
it was an awful attempt as well.
This is the worst day of my life.
I don't want to make anyone cry.
I know that you should always do it in ways that don't make people cry. That's pretty much a rule.
It's not a rule. The made-up rule.
Wait! You shouldn't say anything. You punched like a 15-year-old guard in the face.
And it created a great diversion.
And he didn't cry.
So yeah, Charisse basically is kind of running alongside Ina going, oh my goodness, you know what, Ina, I thought I'd mastered it. I thought I'd actually mastered how to talk to people again, you know, after 300 years of wandering through swamps and woods, and
Well, don't steal from people.
I gave him a gold piece.
It was super. Have you never bought fish before? It's
Not for
this
300
is like
years, Ina, no.
it's like one silver for a fish where I'm from.
I don't know currency. What have I got to do with currency, Ina? These coins, I think I looted off some corpse I found on the
Well,
road.
You just gave him a salary for like half a year, so
Well, there we go.
did a good
Hopefully he'll
thing.
stop crying. Well, hopefully he'll stop crying then. What's he got to cry about? I've just given him a lot of money.
yeah, you did great, Charisse.
Thank you. I thought I did quite well, actually. You know, people are so confusing, but I really think I'm actually going to learn how to talk to people again, you know?
Yeah, and she starts walking.
And
And
the
I
worst
just-
bit is, Izzy, the worst bit is she did it right in front of your dear Auntie Ina.
I know Auntie Ina doesn't like stealing.
Uh,
Even
she
I
would-
know that.
Bound to get caught if she does it right in front of Auntie Ina. I imagine Auntie Ina's probably giving her a good grilling right now.
He is.
I'm so glad I've got a friend like you, Ina. Obviously, you know, it's been so long since I've actually talked to somebody. You know, talked, and and I almost like sling an arm through hers and sort of, thank you. I know I'm a little rough around the edges sometimes, but thank you. You are very much appreciated.
Yeah, you.
Tell them that we can see them.
No. I tell you what, though, we could try and play a little gag if you like.
Okay.
Not canon. Sorry, not canon. Charisse, let's talk about boys.
Let's do it. Let's paint each other's faces and get a makeover.
How
and
good?
at each other.
How good a shot are you, Izzy?
God damn it.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Remember how I taught you how to make a water balloon?
Yeah.
Right. Tie one and fire it over Cerise's head. I'll follow your shot and we'll drench her.
I will roll against. I want to roll perception, and I want to roll against a flying water balloon coming towards us.
Let me get
Random
this
water
straight. You're
balloon.
getting Izzy to fire this.
He'll fire the balloon and I'll fire the sharp arrow that pops it.
Oh my god, Alice has 2 natural 20s. Oh, I still want to roll against it though.
Okay, so as Izzy gets very excited and he's sort of
Remember, stealthy, Izzy, stealthy, stay low.
I want to roll.
and he's
Okay.
breathing to calm himself down through like the excitement. And then he starts to like tie it to the end of this little arrow.
Okay, so I want to roll to see them, and I want to roll if I can pull out my shield and protect Cherries against this.
Okay.
These are
I'm-
2 rolls.
I'm just, I'm basking in the idea that I've actually communicated well with another human being.
Are you looking for Aylar and Izzy?
I can probably see them in a corner of my eye if I roll good enough.
If you roll well,
Yeah,
Passive then
Yeah.
in that case.
yeah, and if they do stealth, like
so if you can roll a perception,
a 9. Cherise, how are you doing?
you see
I'm doing lovely, thank you. We were just talking, just having a conversation. That's fine. We can start another one.
Okay,
absolutely nothing. And Izzy is like aiming up on the roof, and he's trying to get his breathing in with the archery. And as he breathes out, he goes, and he lets loose this arrow with the 20.
It's a nice day though, isn't it, Ina? Not a cloud in the sky. Honestly,
and I'll
it's a
use
perfect day.
my nat 20 to pop the balloon directly above Cerise's head.
It's a perfect day.
With a nat 20, this balloon sails through the air, and literally as it skims the top of Cherise's head, Aylar's arrow slices through it, exploding this water and drenching Cherise. And Izzy is killing himself laughing, and he holds his hand up for a high five. He's like, I did it!
Indeed we did, Izzy.
He's like, high five.
Thankfully.
Now, come on, we must hurry away across the rooftops before they start looking for us.
And he starts to hurry up after you.
Now, Cherise, take a deep breath. Deep breath.
Ina, you don't need your brother, right? Not alive, anyway.
All
Yes?
you hear is Izzy cackling as he
Oh my god, that boy's going to die. Right. You take care of the fish. I'm going to drown them both in the ocean, alright?
Ayla, run!
And with that, I take off after the noise of the laughter.
Okay.
Wet robes
run back
flying through the town.
to the east part of the village. You can't see or hear them. You heard Izzy chuckle. Aylar, what are you up to?
I'll run a little way, and then once I think I've gone far enough, I'll just grab Izzy and pull him into like a a cranny in the rooftops, and just hide with him.
They're like sniggering. He goes hands, he's sniggering, and he's just killing himself laughing.
Wait a minute, Izzy. Wait. Seriously, for a second.
You could hear Ina. Ayla, run!
What is it?
Shh.
And
I'll roll stealth until Cerise passes.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, it's going to be a perception versus.
Woo!
Yeah, it's not happening. You, Cerise basically runs tearing past, like probably cursing, shouting them at "Where are you?" whatever. And Aylar has got his finger to his lips, and Izzy's like, right. Like you can, if you could see him, you could see him chuckling because of how he is.
Okay, she's gone. Right, now we're gonna go to the doctor's, weren't we?
Yeah. Okay.
And you guys hurry off. So, Warathian, you have finished your supper. It was delightful. And you are full, and you feel great now, basically.
I feel-
Felt much better.
That's great.
Good.
You
Great.
feel
With all the shenanigans
Tony the
going
Tiger.
outside, you are in a peaceful tavern eating a good, be it grey, dinner.
Great.
And it was poison, and you're gonna die.
Bye.
I will head out and look for the rest of the party.
Okay, as you step out of the tavern, you see Cherie screaming angrily and running to the left. Was Ina following her? Or was
No,
he
she is
staying
standing there with a
in?
vision like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
I go to the left then.
Are you just gonna leave Ina there standing?
Yeah.
She's just like standing there like.
Okay, so Rathan, are you following Charisse?
Yes,
Okay, you can either shout out to her or you catch up with her very quickly.
I catch up and
And I whirl around. You Dragonborn! And I grab him by the shoulders. And I'm like,
do you? Can
where is he? Yes, I do. I grab him by the arms. All right. Arms.
One clawed hand.
One claw. Well, it's a human. My human hands grab him. I'm like, where is he? That bastard! I've had too much more of him. I can't deal with it. He's going in the ocean, Rathlin. We don't need him. All right. He's going in the ocean.
I think you need to calm down there.
Calm down. Calm down. I'll have you know, I have been putting up with his tripe for months, weeks. How long have we been travelling? I don't know. I've been putting up with all of this. First it was being knocked overboard, and then it was all these little pranks, little snide words, but no longer. No longer. Oh no, he's going to drown. Oh yes. And she gets this manic look in her eye and she's, yes!
Ina, you can see Ina start to approach now, and when she sees Charisse, she's like slowly backing away.
Do you really think that murder is the answer?
Well, I'm not going to actually murder him, Rathly, and that would be completely counterproductive. I mean, as annoying as the idiot is, he's surprisingly good with words, something I'm actually getting very good at. You know, I had a really great conversation just now. Anyway, not the point. We can talk about my achievements later. But no, I'm just going to teach him a lesson. But
A lesson I can agree on, but drowning him seems excessive.
oh, it wasn't going to be permanent drowning. Maybe holding him under. How long can people breathe again? 2 minutes? 3?
Maybe. He's an elf, though.
Yeah, well. No, well, all I know is, and I just kind of wring out my robes, and, well, I'm going to get him back one way or another. We'll see.
A couple
hope
of,
so.
like an older man walks past, like he's got a little stick and he's sort of shuffling past, like, what strange people, and just going as he walks
shuffling by.
Not as strange as your 3-meter beard. God, get that trimmed. And Charisse is just sulking at this point. She's just in her wet, dripping robes, just stood there in the street, just.
This old man comes back and he's just like, "Oh, are you all right, my dear? You look a bit
Wet.
damp.
Yes.
Would you like a towel?"
Amazing deception you have there, my good man. Yes, a towel would be.
Is that sarcasm? I was only going to offer you a towel.
No, not at all. My goodness, you all are very prickly in this town.
Don't mind her. She's just upset.
Oh.
A towel would be lovely. Thank you.
Right, and he literally hobbles across the street and comes back with this tiny little, almost like tea towel. He'd be like, "There you go, dear."
Oh, and on this almost, she kind of just softens a little bit and sort of takes it. And well, kind of starts patting her face and her hair. And
Is
thank
that
you.
Better?
It is. Thank you. You're
Oh,
very kind.
that's okay. And he sort of takes it and he's like, "Welcome home," and he walks off.
Thank you, Task Chap, for the advantage to Ina, but she has to keep saying Eval.
Deal.
Oh gosh, that'd be a good text ringtone.
Evil.
So what is Aylar doing right now?
He'll be breaking into the doctors, of course.
Okay. This is it's almost like a house. It is one room. It's literally as you look in, there are a couple of windows. There is a man sat at the desk, and yeah, he just seems to be writing notes, and there's a couple of people in there. He's currently talking to what you can assume to be a mother and a small child, just writing bits down, and he's all smiley.
Is there like an upstairs or something?
There is an upstairs. You can see some stairs out the back that actually come outside of the house to go up.
So I wouldn't go down. I'd stay on the roof and head across to the top and see if I can look through the top upper windows.
Okay. You see a fairly basic room. It is like a single bed. There's a wash basin and like a place where they store clothes, but otherwise it's quite empty. This is a very simple town.
This isn't the place, is he? There's not going to be anything here.
No?
No, and I'm slightly nervous to reveal ourselves to the townspeople. They seem
We've
simple.
got to go incognito.
I suggest we just hide out in the woods, keep an eye on our friends, and see what happens to them.
But the wood, there's stuff in the woods. I don't like the woods.
No, not in the woods. We'll stay on the rooftops.
Oh, okay.
And he looks quite happy about that. And he's like, that one over there. And he gestures to the chimney that's coming out of the roof of the inn. He's like,
It smells quite good over there.
and like he looks down at his tummy that he holds, so you can hear it gurgle.
I'll tell you what, why don't we go over and investigate, see if we can't find a kitchen window where perhaps a pie might be cooling.
Okay.
And he very eagerly stands up and waits for you to lead the way.
I'll hop across the rooftops again.
Okay, so you're on the tavern roof. You can see windows on the top floor. You can actually see Genlar sat beside Fen, who is currently asleep in bed. Genlar has propped himself up. And looking at the maps you guys have had. So, apart from that, it's all just empty rooms. There is like a drain pipe, sort of drain system. You could probably shimmy down to get lower, because you definitely get the feel that obviously the first floor underneath this one is the tavern itself and a kitchen attached to the back.
Yeah, well, I'll be going near the chimney near the back, where the kitchen will obviously be, and I'll sort of like be looking over the edge and see if there is anything on the windowsills or anything like that.
There is a rather round, robust woman bustling in the kitchen, like, shouting.
Oh, I'm not going down to look. I'm just looking from the seat, from the roof, to see if there's anything sitting on any windowsills or anything.
There is nothing set on the windowsills.
Okay, Izzy, how much do you want to eat tonight?
I really want to eat tonight. I think, especially after that guy threw my cheese on the floor. Or nearly did.
I caught the cheese.
Yeah, but he did touch it.
He did. I better keep the cheese, I suppose. I tell you what. Why don't you go down and look through the window? I'll put you on the end of my rope.
Okay.
If you just tug twice, and I'll pull you up as quickly as I can. You have to be very stealthy. Walk down the wall. This is definitely a test of how stealthy you can be.
Okay, so Izzy is just going to roll.
Thank you, Ed, for gifting that sub to Romania. Rom, you get a free nat to gift out, and I think I saw that's 20 free gifts now, Ed, sub-father.
Oh, Ed.
Madness.
Okay, Izzy rolls an 18, and he scales this easily. He's watched you, and he's listened to exactly what you said, and he hops down and hovers just next to the window where he can peer in.
I'm just going to hold the rope.
He's like, there's a really angry woman in there. But there's food. Bowls of something I wouldn't call food, but it smells good.
Do you think you can grab a bowl?
I'll have to let go of the rope.
I've got plenty of line. I can lend you all the way down into the kitchen.
Okay, do that.
So you feed him down, and he plonks his feet down. And there is an angry woman in there. She's probably just she's not rushed off her feet. She's probably not even used to cooking for people. She's just like, you can hear her shouting at the barman, like, I'm coming, and like busting up. But she's left some bowls out on the table. And as this happens, let's roll for stealth for Izzy. He does an 11, so
Wouldn't he have some pluses to that, like his dexterity and stuff? He was a thief growing up on the streets.
Bear with. Okay, he is actually a plus. Okay, so he does get in anyway. He gets in and he lands quite quietly, and he sneaks past the table. The woman has left the room. She's angry, but he's trying to be quite sneaky about it anyway. And he sees a wicker basket, and he picks up 2 of the bowls and shuffles back out of the window again. And he holds it up to show Aylar. And you're just pulling him up.
Yep, come on, up you come.
Holding on, and you guys get up to the top, and he looks really pleased with himself. He puts down the basket, and he's like, "Look,
Excellent.
I
Now,
mean, it looks terrible, but it smells good."
well, yes, it does look awful, but it smells amazing. So now we never eat where we steal. Let's go and find another rooftop somewhere that's a little bit more comfortable. Perhaps somewhere with birds' nest and things that we can lay on.
Okay. So you guys, you sort of scuttle off to go and enjoy that. Let's flip back to Wrathly and Charisse and Ina.
Ina has a nat 20 thanks to Rum.
Is the old man still there?
Thank you.
Sort of shuffling off into he's not fast, he's sort of shuffling.
Excuse me. What do you mean by welcome home? I've never been here before.
Are you alright, dear? I didn't say that. Why? Well, I just offered you a towel.
My apologies, must have been something in the wind. So, enjoy your day.
Thank you. And he sort of continues.
When he
I did
leaves,
too, though.
But I'm scoffing off and I'm saying that to Therese.
Did either of you hear that?
did we?
I did.
Well,
You would have both heard that.
Okay.
welcome home.
I thought
Shit.
Ina scoffs off.
Yeah. Yeah, I slowly backed away, but I think when she calmed down, Ina dared to approach. She goes to Charisse and like, was it evil?
No, Ina, it wasn't. Welcome home. I've never been here, and besides, I wouldn't be from a fishing town like this.
But
Oh,
you
you-
did say your memory was
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm not from this country, this place. I'm from a different land entirely.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Let's just keep an open mind, okay?
No,
How much do I know about your apprenticeship?
I mean, you heard me tell Ganla that I was worried, so you know that I was in league with. You overheard that at one point I attempted to, when I was alive, I tried to open the gates. You knew that I did that when I was alive.
You don't think that got something to do with your previous employer?
Oh, bloody hell, I hope it isn't. Well, there's someone here on that dragon that I need to talk to, but...
Because Scanner said he opened the gates here.
Crap. I thought I was done with all of these questions, but... We'll figure it out together, yes?
Yeah.
We do got beds in the inn as well.
Bats in the inn?
Beds.
Oh, beds! Sorry.
We're gonna bet them down.
Oh, Ina,
We get
Please.
beds for the beds.
please, both of you.
They get Varathlian, they could call you Batman.
I run into the ocean. I'm gone. No, I'm just yeah, well, I just give both of you a very long paused stare and sort of, well, we we'd supposedly better find my attacker then and his little.
We better. This is also in character. Oh, Charisse, you're so funny.
So, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm not
Right,
gonna go in.
Sorry,
I'm not gonna go into the inn. Like, I'm gonna stay outside.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm probably just gonna I'm gonna probably like try and find somewhere to sit down and just keep wringing off my clothes.
Okay. Genlar comes out of the tavern, and he didn't realize you guys were out there. But he sort of leans back onto the wall and takes a long breath, like, and he goes, "Oh, you guys are out here. Found anything interesting?
Food?
You found
These
food.
two.
You all found food. Interesting.
We're in a town. You know, it's not
Yes.
difficult
No,
to
I know,
find
but
food.
that was your first priority. I'm a little worried about Fen. He doesn't seem to be getting any better. I can't bring him round. I don't know what to do.
Do we press on or?
I don't think we can press on with him. I'm tempted to go to the doctors and just see if I can get someone to have a look at him. But I mean, the people seem well enough. I mean, even if they just look at him and go, you know,
Dude, they do make a great fish soup.
well,
In
maybe
here.
that'll help. I've been told the doctors is down the other end of the village. I might have to go there, or would you go there and?
Yeah, I was just about to say I can go with.
Well, I would rather stay and watch Fen, as I've been watching him for the last couple, and then would notice a change. Would you mind?
Yeah, I can go there.
Charisse, you're
Charisse.
muted.
That's in character now. Oh, Ganla, we can go, but one thing before we head off. Someone very much out of their character wished me a warm welcome home.
It's a weird place, if I'm honest. The people here are rather odd, as much as they are harmless. I wouldn't take anything too to heart. Yeah.
What, even with a giant black dragon riding overhead and darkness seeping
Well,
out of mirrors?
Hasn't it wondered you why none of them have reacted to that?
Oh, bugger. Right, well, we can.
But Charisse still had a point. This was an old man that changed his
understand.
voice entirely.
What I'm saying is I don't know what I can do about it. Just bear it in mind and do not give away too much information
Okay.
to who you are. We have a sick friend, and that is all. And we have travelled from the woods. There's no
All
need
right.
to mention the ruins or anything.
I shouldn't have mentioned my name then. Well, now
It's all right.
let's continue to the doctor and.
I'm going to go and check on Fen.
All right, well,
I will accompany you.
Okay. So you guys walk over to the building, which is
Okay.
obviously...
Before we enter the building,
Mhm.
Ina is just gonna go and do a really bad bird call up to the rooftop. Caca! Caca! Under the doctor.
Performance. Roll performance.
To signal Ayla that Ina is going into this building. We have never done this before, but he probably like, oh, that's Ina.
A 14. Okay, so Aylar hears this. He will know it's Dina. How does Aylar react to this?
oh, bugger.
Is it evil?
Oh. Why?
You mean
Oh, so she gets the money pouch. Oh, that's fine.
Sorry, you guys. Sorry. So, Ayla will listen to this awful bird call, and he will just be like, "That's truly awful," and then he'll sort of have a bit of a premonition, and he will realise, thanks to Mr. Purple's donation of £10 for specific things, that an NPC walking home from the fish market will slip over and tip their basket of fish all over Cerise Pevensey. Ina stumbles across a money pouch. Warathlian has his room paid for by an NPC. And an NPC empties a bucket over Ayla from the second floor somehow. Alice, I gift that to you to work in.
Could you like copy into chat just so I don't forget each of those, please?
You saved the day at the end there, Mr. Purple.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be a cursed pouch.
So what was Ayla doing at this point after hearing Ina's bird call?
Bird call.
Also known as a bad call.
Like, Ina knows that, alright, Ayla is gonna react to a bad bird call.
Yep.
So
Ayla,
this is a tactical decision.
Ayla will follow from the rooftops, keeping an eye on them.
You guys have walking back where you can see the drunk man you bought fish from, who is snoring once more. He's not really bothered. He's just paid someone else. Not paid. Sorry, he's just sold some fish to someone else, who is definitely overcome by this huge bucket of fish, and he gradually like waves them off and pulls his hat back down again. As you walk, and the drunk salesman falls asleep once more, and the bottle he's holding in his hand loosens and rolls in front of his customer's feet, who can't actually see over where he's going. And as he treads on the bottle, he throws the bucket forward, absolutely covering Charisse in this almost like a thick grey slime that comes off of this fish. It smells really, really bad, and the bucket is still sitting on her head as all the fish.
I slowly remove it.
The man who has tripped, he's like, "Oh my goodness, I am so sorry, I didn't see the body."
Here's
As you
He
reveal,
sort of tries to take the bucket from Ina. And
as you reveal my face, it just sort of, as you reveal my face, it just sort of. Well,
he's just picking up the fish, like keeping an eye on you, but he's like,
I just slowly turn my head to face him. Did you trip?
"That I did, ma'am, and I am so sorry.
It was an accident. It's fine. And she starts to help him pick up the fish. It's
need
fine.
Oh no, darling, I'm completely fine after the events of today. No, it can't get much worse than this. Please, God, do not make anything else go worse. That was not
a
at
guy
all.
is like starting to pick up the fish. Like if there's one covered in mud, he just quickly wipes it on his shoulder and he's keep putting it in, but he doesn't take his eyes off. He's like, I can repay this. Like it's fine. I can do. No, honestly.
Darling,
please let me. It will make me feel so much better if my wife hears about this.
Well, well, all right. All I'm going to do is probably go wash my things down by the ocean. You don't need to worry too much.
Well, how about I have a friend at the inn. I can get a room for all of you. These are all your friends, right?
Yes, they are actually. Yes.
All of them, and even the big one. Like, and he points to Wrath.
Oh, especially the big one. Yes.
Okay. That I'm so sorry. I'll get a room for you, and the dragon thing. I'll get a room for you as well. It doesn't matter. Please, just don't like. I am so sorry.
I'm not going to hurt you, darling. It's all right. We've had much worse happen. Don't worry.
Okay, and he's sort of like a curtsy, even though he's not a curtsying type of person, and he just like scuttles off down one of the passageways.
And she just kind of looks at Ina and, all right, be honest. How badly do I smell?
You smell fine.
Ina.
It could be worse.
All right.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Could be worse.
Well, I'm going to go down.
It could be worse.
Well, I'm going to go down to the ocean and wash all of this off, and hopefully the salt will cover up the fish smell. But that's where I'll be if you need me for anything. If you want to go to the doctor's, I'll
Okay.
be down by the shore. All right?
Okay, we'll meet that in.
All right. And with a small nod and a kind of trying to brush off as much muck as I can, I make my way down to the shoreline to go and wash this off.
As you go,
You're
you get
always beautiful.
as you go, you get a moment's inspiration as Lightfinger donates to give a nat 20 to Cerise, feeling sorry for her not having one.
You people are so nice to me. Other than when you throw fish on me.
So as you have gone down to this this lakeside almost, you pour the water over yourself, and it's a very clear water again. It's quite dull in colour. There's no blue to it whatsoever, but it's very, very cold and very, very fresh. And you do manage to wash all the fish off you quite quickly. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it wasn't all over you, and you can see the mountain in the distance.
Can I see the dragon at all now, or is it gone? Okay. Double check. No, I can't do anything. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and try and wait for my clothes to dry then, since I know the other two are probably gonna head to the doctors and such, so.
Okay. Ina and Raffian are walking towards the doctors. And Ina, can you make me a dexterity check, please? Dexterity save.
I want to use my advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, 19. I didn't need it. Oh, well.
Okay. You feel something catch your foot as you round one of the corners, and you stumble, but you are absolutely fine. Like, you catch yourself, and you look back, and there is a huge like coin purse that is obviously got caught on something and dropped off of someone's belt, and it is lying just in the corner to the side.
Okay, she's gonna look for like a horse driving license and see if she can find any name, basically.
There is no name. Well, there doesn't seem to be a name like on a card or anything like that. It has got a little symbol, you see, though, stitched onto it, which looks like it does actually resemble the symbol of the Doctor. So, like, it was like a brand sort of thing, like a trademark. And there's about 10 gold in there.
Oh gosh. Nice. Okay, I keep it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, as
So not in Ina's style, I would say.
that,
No, I
you
know.
got to.
What I was
Who's-
Ayla, what are you up to?
I was following Ina towards wherever she's going.
Okay, so
From the rooftops.
From the roof. Okay, so as you do this, you just see Ina find a huge pouch of gold coin.
See, this is why we thieve, Izzy, because we just don't have the same luck as that. I mean, who just finds 10 gold lying on the floor? That's ridiculous.
It's called karma.
Is she gonna keep it though?
Well, that would... I would think that's theft, wouldn't you?
Well, we're not allowed to keep stuff if we find it like that.
Exactly.
Should we tell her?
Perfect, Azura. Cerise gets separated from the group somehow and gets attacked. Cerise just separated herself from the group, so that's perfect. Thank you.
I'll just. That's fine. I'll get cozy. In my grave. Let's hit it. Hit me.
Izzy is like,
I think we should go tell her. Maybe she doesn't realise she's stealing.
Why don't we tell her when we meet up with her later? For now, we don't want to blow our cover. No one knows we're here yet, do they?
I suppose. Okay.
and we flash back over to Charisse.
Oh wow! Do we?
In the water, as you are washing your face, two little eyes pop up over the water.
Oh. And I kind of peer. I don't lean in, but I sort of peer at it. Hello there. Is someone there? Someone's been diving or...
Just a huge bubble blows up and then pops in your face.
Oh, well, that's probably not a person. A fish? Oh. And I kind of raise one of my feet and kind of splash the water a little bit.
As you do that, you just see eyes, and they seem to be appearing out of mud, like a thick black mud.
Oh, I kind of take one step back, and kind of hesitantly glance over where my robes are like drying on like a rock in the sun or whatever. Sort of, is anyone there, or are we... What is this?
As you do this, the eyes rise up out of the water, and then you realize they're not eyes at all. They look like little decorative shells that are perched on a much darker, longer, almost worm-like creature that rises up out of the mud. Almost like a centipede with lots and lots of legs, and it starts to scurry towards you. We will take this as initiative, but I will say you go first, and then
Mother... Alright, okay.
And it starts to crawl towards your leg.
Right. I guess we're doing this. Okay, so I would... Am I in water still?
You was like only ankle deep, not like
Okay.
deep water or anything.
Well, can I take a step back so that I'm back on dry land?
Mhm.
And then can I place my hand into the water, thus dispelling my sort of alter self?
Yep.
And can I please cast Thunder Wave?
Okay. So. Okay. Right.
So that I've got to roll for that. So it's. Oof.
Okay. Yep. You hit this thing and it screams, and as it hits the water, it's like you electrify it, and it takes the full damage. It's not dead, but if anything, it looks like it's smoking a little bit, and now it's angry, and it runs towards you and attacks for... What is your armor class, sorry?
25? 12.
Okay, rolling a 15, it runs, it scurries towards you, and you feel it come up as it's about the same size as you.
Oh,
And
God.
with its arms, it just starts to encase and crush you.
You
So, can
bastard.
you please, hang on, let's bear with me. Okay, can you please make a wisdom saving throw of 14, please?
Wisdom saving.
Mm-hmm. At a fail, I'm afraid you suddenly go rigid and paralyzed and miss your next go. So this creature attacks you again. It's
What a day, eh, guys?
and it hits you. Let's do... Okay, so it opens its jaws and just clamps down onto you with 2d4's worth of damage. Okay, so with 3 damage.
Okay.
And because you're like made of bones and stuff, it is just like trying to chew you, but it's very confused right now as to what is actually happening.
And just muffled, like, inside, you're not doing a very good job of this, I'm just letting you know.
As you do this, it tightens again as you speak.
Alright, that wasn't a criticism! And then, so, did I got a nat 20 earlier, didn't I? Or was it an advantage? Okay.
Wow.
It was a nat 20, wasn't it?
That would be
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to cast...
Hold! Mr. Purple donates 5 nat 20s to Cerise.
Nice.
Oh,
We
damn.
need to
Carry on.
if they carry over. So
I'm putting them on the page, so if you're looking at the stream, And Israva donates for bad things to happen to Izzy.
Okay.
That's fine.
again.
Okay, sweet. Oh, is it be right? Okay, sweet. Okay, sweet. So can I use one of my 6 nat 20s? And I'm gonna cast Firebolt. So I guess if my arms are down by my sides, my hand that belongs to myself, not the one that washed up with a fish, kind of starts to clench tightly and sort of vibrate as heat builds from it. And so I'd like to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
This Fireball.
And a nat 20. Do you want to roll again, or is that double?
I think it's just one roll. I swear I get to attack twice now,
Okay.
didn't I?
Well, to be
No.
fair, you kill it anyway. So this
Perfect.
creature, as you cast this, it's like a flame erupts from you, and this
Mhm.
creature makes a horrible screeching sound as it writhes. It lets go of you and falls to the floor and starts to writhe before turning into ash on the ground.
Right. Well, and I kind of look around and see if anyone's seen this commotion at all.
No, it's just you.
Right. Right, well, okay. I just kind of brush myself down and check all my bones are still, like, intact and stuff. And then just sort of give the area one last quick surveillance to make sure there's none of those other centipede-like things that are going to come. And then I'm just going to grab my cloak and head back into town, casting Alter Self on me again.
Okay, are you going towards the doctor's surgery and where you left Ina? And...
Yes.
Okay. You catch up with them quite quickly, sort of tail them. They didn't get very far. So, Ayla, what are you up to right now?
As before, I am still heading towards wherever Ina went and checking out the building.
Just following by the rooftop. Okay. You guys, as Ayla and Izzy cross the rooftops, Izzy stops suddenly and he looks off.
Is you okay?
I don't feel well.
What do you mean you don't feel well?
I don't know, like,
Tummy? Head?
head is fuzzy, head is misty. I don't know.
I'm going to stop watching Ina. I'm going to scoop him up and take him into a safe space in the rooftop so I don't have to worry about him falling.
Okay. As you like pick him up and you hold him, you realize he is on fire. He feels super hot.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I know how to fix him?
Yeah. Yep. You look and you check his temperature. You do all the normal symptoms like a cold or a fever, and you realize this is not a natural illness.
This is where the cleric come in.
I really just want to sleep.
No, do not sleep. Do not sleep at all. Come on, we are going to go and find where Afflian.
His eyes are rolling as it's happening.
I'm going to scoop him up, forgetting anything else that we've left lying around. I'm going to run from the roof, jump from the second story towards where Afflian and, like, break roll on the floor.
Okay.
I'm in the inn, right? Or the tavern?
Ayla lands right in front of you guys as you're like on your way to the doctor's.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Did Afflian not go to the doctor's with you?
I thought you did.
I went to Fen.
Oh, Fan.
Ben, okay, I thought you.
Then I'll run back to the inn, and I will. Did I spot where they would? I spotted where Genlar was earlier, didn't I? I'll head to where Genlar was because I assume that's where Afflian would be.
Okay. And back to Ina and Charisse then. You guys are heading to the doctor's?
Yeah.
Okay. You turn up at the door. Seems like I said, it's a pretty standard building. And you walking in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as you walk in, there is an older man there. And he's just like, hello, newcomers. How may I help you?
Yeah, our friend is sick, if you can call him
So
that.
What kind of sick?
He's kind of acting like he's drunk. He can't walk. He can't.
Very tired all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, has anything different happened to him since is this a reoccurring thing or?
We came through the woods.
Right. Okay. So he's probably picked up something. I'm sure it's fine. I will get my apprentice doctor. He'll come in. And he was just like, where? And there's a woman saying, where is he? Like, can you go and get him? Right. So, how long have these symptoms been going?
A day?
Okay.
Several. Yes, about a
What
day
sort
now.
of symptoms
Start on
are
a boat.
they? Is it a drowsiness?
Mm.
Yeah. He kind of described his mind as misty.
Like a fogged mind?
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. Okay. Don't worry. I'll help you. Jeff and a young boy walks in with jet black hair that Charisse will recognize. He's like, yeah. And that is the end of this week's episode.
Okay. Once again.
Well, that's Ali broken.
Yup.
In all
Once-
fairness, Ina would have recognized him as well. From the very first episode. The boy who
For you.
Oh, I love this campaign.
Wait. What? Va? As we say in Sweden. Nani?
Wait, why is Ina gonna recognize him?
Yeah.
she was in
Oh
the-
yeah,
when he
that's true.
disappeared
That's true.
at the very beginning.
Oh, okay, I thought it was something in my backstory. I was
No,
like,
no, don't worry, fine.
We're connected. Oh.
sorry, one last time. Evil. I don't think I said it enough. I was supposed to say it if like Dr. Mangelli was there, but he wasn't there. As far as I know.
So I guess that wraps us up for today. Thank you, Alice, for that. That's a hell of a reveal at the end there.
Another good cliffhanger.
Yeah, damn. So let's go round. Shall we start with Ed?
You can. Damn cliffhangers. You got back to them. I was so prepared to save the kid. Nope, no, next week. Stay tuned.
Will he live? Will he
Will he live?
die?
Ask Ice Ever, he knows.
Ask Isriver. He seems to control the boy.
He's Ice Ever, his alter ego.
So salty. So salty.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Still confused what's what, but I guess that's will reveal next week. Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Ambly.
Hello. It was a really nice episode. Like the entire water balloon thing. It's great. It was like that.
Broken Ambly.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you planned this, Alice, but I had a blast. Like this was great.
Well, I always want you to have fun.
Yeah. Well, mission accomplished. It was great. Like, just this small interactions with
I like
all the
the small
characters.
interactions.
Yeah, they were really nice. That's all I have to say. Actually, I like the small interactions. They're great. Well done.
Fantastic. Thank you. Ali.
I love this campaign. Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Like Ambly was saying, I'm not sure how much, obviously, because I mean, with our lot, you can never really plan for anything with our group. But I'm not sure if you expected it to turn out this humorous.
Yeah,
'Cause, like-
I like
'cause
dark worlds that have humor in it.
Yeah, because that was like the second we got to the village, it was like a ray of sunshine came out
Mm.
and a bucket of fish appeared. Yeah, no, I loved it. I love the humor, the banter between like Charisse and Ina, and Ayla and Izzy up to tricks and stuff, and Rathian being like the voice of reason, but everyone's like zipping around, and he's just like, oh, all right, I guess you guys. That was so much fun. Audience participation today. I was on a flipping roller coaster. It was like Ali gets a bucket of fish, Ali gets hit by a water balloon, Ali gets 6 nat 20s. So that's really great. Thank you for those 5 nat 20s that I'm fairly sure I'm gonna have to use next week to save my dear boy Jeff. And speaking of Jeff, not seen the poor little thing since episode 1. Well, actually no, I saw him in a brief vision. Was that episode 2 or 3? And yeah, so I'm and because he has black hair too, like Charisse does. So there's theories, and I can't wait to write them out. So yeah, I'm very excited for next week. So excited. So excited. Thank you. Scrat, go.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. Ayla loves lurking about on rooftops, checking things out and teaching Izzy. A bit worried about Izzy being a bit ill. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, looking forward to the next one. Alice.
Yeah, I just really liked it. I like creating very dark worlds and dark storylines, but I like characters that try and make it more lighthearted. Because if they're in a rubbish world, then they probably want to get, they're going to want to make things a bit cheerier. So, I've already written obviously next week and the last couple of episodes, so I am very excited for those. But yeah,
Me too. So I guess that wraps us up for here. I think I just saw Ed post it, but never mind. Today we are celebrating, guys. We hit our Patreon goal, $100 a month. We did it. We are on to the next goal now, which is now $200, which is just another step on the way to getting this channel. I don't know where the sky is at the minute, but I'm hoping it can be a strong pillar of the community that brings lots and lots of new people in to play D&D for the D&D community and looks after all of them people who need to play a game. That's my hope. So, with that in mind, if you would like to support that dream, here is the Patreon. If you guys want to get involved, if you want to be one of those that wants to come and play a game, these are the links you need. Discord, where we talk about art and D&D in general. Twitter, send me a DM and I will send me a DM and I will sort out your. I'll get you a game. You'll go in the diary, the fabled diary, and I'll get you a game. I'm really confused because Ali just asked me if I forgot my wife's name. I don't understand why.
Because you went. Now let's go on to Alice. I was like, oh, it's everything.
Oh no! I was just trying to remember whether I should do the wrap up or not, and I thought no, because Alice needs to have a go. So. Yeah, Discord for art, talking about D&D and all the other things, and YouTube for all the videos which I'm uploading. I'm catching up on A Necromancer's Wish. I'm very behind. I've only uploaded 4 episodes, and I looked at it. There's actually been more like 7, 8, 9. I don't know.
This is episode 11.
Look at his face.
11, right? Yeah. So I'm pretty behind.